Welcome to Langtree Park for the first of this weekend's Challenge Cup semi-finals as Warrington take on the Leeds Rhinos. The fans are coming in their thousands and the teams have arrived as well. There's Ben Westwood for Warrington getting a big hug and a good luck kiss there to get him on his way, and a huge welcome for the Leeds Rhinos. Kevin Sinfield back in the side today. Well, up for grabs, a place at Wembley and, of course, the chance to lift this famous trophy. Warrington have done it 3 times in the last 5 years, but for the Leeds Rhinos, well, they've had a very different experience.
Something is missing, baby.
So often they've been here and yet failed to deliver.
Well, very much the missing piece for Leeds. The Warrington players have just come out to start their warm-up to a huge cheer, and I think that'll be the Rhinos coming out just behind us here as well as the atmosphere starts to build. Remember, you can contact us throughout the afternoon on social media using the hashtag BBCRL. Now, we have a very special guest with us this afternoon who knows a thing or two about winning the Challenge Cup.
That's certainly one of the fastest forwards in world rugby. Dennis Betts skipping off that left foot. Betts going to the line. He's in. It's Dennis Betts.
A very big welcome to the now witness coach, of course, Dennis Betts. You haven't aged a bit. Alongside him, we've got Huddersfield Giants, Earl Crabtree and Brian Noble as well. Some great memories for you there, Dennis.
Well, I was just about to say I've aged really well, actually.
Yeah, we're very impressed.
Yeah, some great pictures there and a great feeling and the excitement. I'm just saying to Will, it's still the same now, though. I can smell the grass, the crowd gets up, and it's just that anticipation and feeling that this is a big game. It's really exciting.
And of course, tomorrow you'll be getting your side ready to send them out against Castleford. Are the nerves starting to jangle?
Well, I'm enjoying being here today because there's nothing at stake for me today, so I'll save myself for tomorrow. Yeah, we've worked really hard this week. It's dealing with a different kind of feeling from the group, expectation about being successful instead of anxiety if not. So we've worked really hard this week. They're excited and it's a big game for the club.
Well, we will look ahead to that one at half-time. We, of course, got the game live tomorrow afternoon. What about this game? Can you call it?
It's very close. It's going to be a great game. What you've got is you've got 2 contrasting styles. You've got 2 teams that really want to play with the ball. 2 coaches that know each other inside out. I've got very similar philosophies. I've got very similar ways that they want their game to be played, and they really heighten things on skill. They want the players to be able to catch and pass really well. So you'll see a lot of ball movement. You'll see an exciting game today.
Do you expect this to be really tight, Brian?
Really close, but I think both teams won't change their philosophy. Dennis has alluded to the fact that they both want to play football, offloading games. The difference might be the decision that one player makes, whether to offload, whether to play or not, because you have to be reasonably clinical at certain times and execute, but you can't change the way that you play overnight, so you've got to stick with that. And I think the bounce of the ball today is going to be absolutely vital, and the decision-making processes of both teams.
Earl, we alluded in the opening to Leeds' recent history. They've come so close. They want it so much, don't they? Is that the dilemma for them, that they almost maybe want it too much now?
I mean, you could say that, and I think it's down to the experiences of the players themselves. They'll use that as motivation to get to the final. The problem is, teams don't need any more motivation than winning a final, so whoever they meet, if they do get there, are going to be absolutely fantastic themselves, and they're the big performances where you really need to put it in on the day. And for Leeds, it just hasn't quite happened. Warrington, on the other hand, they're the kings of the Challenge Cup at the moment.
But they've got to all those finals. They know how to get through this game, don't they? They know how to do the semi-finals.
That's exactly it. They know how to win big games, and the semi-finals are what they do best. And you know, as you can see there on the screen, that it's just all those games. Leeds, every single time they get to these games, and they're nowhere near half the time, and there's a couple of games where they've got close and not quite got there, and I think a lot of it's down to the weather as well. It seems to affect them at times, but this year could be different. They'll use that experience yet again to get there if they can, and then it's about them putting in that performance which they seem to be missing in the past.
Well, let's just have a look at where they sit in the Super League table. Leeds have been solid pretty much throughout the season. They're in third. Warrington had an iffy start to the season, but they have really picked up as they've gone alone. Well, let's hear now from the Leeds Rhinos coach, Brian McDermott. He's been talking to George Riley.
Brian, the big names that you rested last week all return. Your captain is back as well. How much does Kevin Sinfield enhance this Leeds team?
Well, they certainly enhanced it. It's not all about Kevin. I'm keen to put that point over. We got some names back in the team, and our preferred 13 out there. But whoever's on the field will have to perform today. It's not about who's on the team sheet. We'll have to string our performers together to get over a very, very good Warrington team, and a very good Warrington team that has a great success rate in this competition.
They have enjoyed huge success in this competition in recent years. Is it a different proposition for you playing them here in a semi-final rather than on that big day at Wembley?
It's a little bit different. There is a difference. I mean, the fact remains you still got to play well, and the fact remains they had a good team and they will play well, and to beat them we have to play even better. But I suppose that there's we're not under the spotlight as such, although everywhere you look there's a camera here today, and you get interviews left, right and centre. So, but it is a little bit different. There won't be as many people. It's not Wembley, and the effects of Wembley can have a bearing on people's performance. So a slight change, if you want to call it that. But again, we've got to play well. That doesn't change. That still remains.
So Kevin Sinfield back for the Leeds Rhinos. Who else do we need to look out for, Brian?
Well, a star-studded line-up, aren't they? And they're back three. Zach Hardacre back from a brush with the judiciary, playing really well. And Briscoe and Hall, you have to say, current internationals, and bring the ball back really well. And when they get the opportunity to finish, they will. Exciting centre partnership. Callum Watkins, another international. Australian Joel Moon. At the start of the season, everybody's tipped to be the outstanding back line. And there he is, Kevin Sinfield, pivotal to whatever Leeds want to achieve. His kicking game will be crucial today. And watch Danny Maguire on the back of anything that Jamie Peacock does, making breaks. An experienced front row, Jamie Peacock there. We saw him doing his gardening drills in the training session. Rob Burrow plays on the back of anything he can create. And Kylie Luluai, the seasoned warrior, will try and find some early quick play the balls for this Leeds team. An experienced back three in Delaney, Jones Buchanan and the much underestimated Carl Abbott, who always manages to produce something in the big game. Coming off the bench, Paul Layton to give Rob Bowe a rest at hooker, and Ryan Bailey will increase the aggression levels when he comes onto the field. Ian Kirk and Liam Sutcliffe, the versatile halfback, adds to their bench.
So that is the 17. What is going to be the game plan for the Leeds Rhinos? Let's go and find Robbie Hunter-Paul.
Well, I'm stood in the middle of Langtree Park. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. I've got to admit, I don't know why I'm wearing this jacket. And have a look at both of these squads. There's so much international class out here. We're going to be in for a real cracker. But I want to focus on just a couple of players. Now, the first one, you see him just warming up with Danny Maguire over here, just doing a couple of passes, and that's Rob Burrow. Out and out, one of the most devastating strike forces that the Super League has ever seen. Now, it's a contradiction because he's 4'0", and yet he plays in a big man sport. But when he gets the ball in hand, keep your eye on him because he will split this Warrington defence. The other player is that man that we've just been talking about, Kevin Sinfield. He's just getting a little bit of water. I'll see if I can actually grab his attention. Kev, can I just ask you a quick question on how you think your preparation has gone for this week?
Yeah, prep's gone really well. But as you know, Robbie, it's all about what we do here today, so looking forward to this one.
All right, good luck, mate, good luck. Keep your eye on Kevin. He'll be the guy tasked with moving them all around the field. If he does his job well today, you could be looking at the finalists right here with the Leeds team.
Robbie, you are actually bigger than Rob Burrow, are you? You haven't got heels on again.
I have got the heels, but that's just to make me feel better and put a little bit more emphasis into what I was saying, because Rob's down about here, but if I take my heels off, we're on an even par.
It's the little guys in the middle, isn't it, Robbie? Well, we talked about Kevin Sinfield. He is so pivotal for him. Shockwaves almost through the game, wasn't there, with him with a headbutt? I mean, Dennis, looking on, was it just that it was Kevin Sinfield that did this?
I think when you look through his career and you see that these kind of things happen in the game, it's a shock because Kevin's so composed, but the beast gets you, his aggression, his levels, and who knows what Luke Dawn said to him there. You don't know, but he's pivotal to him today. It's great to see him in these big games as well. You want your best players. You look at both these sides, I don't think either coach could have picked a better team today, which is really good for the final.
Well, at least we know he's not a machine now, don't we? He's
Absolutely,
gone through all that career.
He's
got
human,
feelings
isn't
like
he?
the rest of us, and when you want a belt in Australian, it's not too bad in my book, so he's gone on with that one.
Wait, you think that's why he got off better at the judiciary?
Yeah.
He is key, though, isn't he? I mean, they will be very relieved to have him back today.
Yeah, of course he is. He's the player that will marshal them around the field, and it's just his knowledge of the game and how to play the game and do the right things at the right times, which is the massive difference to Leeds Rhinos. If they don't have him in the team, they're not quite as organised. They don't kick at the right times and put the ball into spaces where it needs to be. They defend really well with him in the side, and he makes that big difference to the team as a whole. And also they seem to just perform better as a unit. You know, they all work harder and they seem to have that more professionalism within the side.
They rested a lot of players last week. I've seen Sinfield out as well, but came up with a loss against Bradford. Is that a gamble from Brian McDermott? You don't go into this with momentum?
Well, ideally, any coach would say it's not. You don't like to lose, but Leeds were ordinary on the night. You know, the weather conditions weren't great, and I think everything that Bradford kicked at them, Leeds managed to find a way to drop it in the most exciting ways that we see here, which resulted in a score for the Bradford team. Bradford were very vigorous. They're relegated. The pressure was off of them. You see how much the local derby meant to them. There's still 16,000 people, and Brian will be disappointed, but it won't have the slightest effect on today.
Well, Tony Smith is, of course, a former Leeds Rhinos coach, but he joined Warrington in 2009. That was the first year they lifted the Challenge Cup in this recent run that they've had. It's fair to say the competition means an awful lot to this Warrington side.
A special achievement by this Warrington side. Hassan will slide over and wins it for sure. 3 wins in 4 years. Such an impressive return.
For those who were involved in any of those 3, it's I think they remember what it was like, and that's a great incentive to try and get back there and do it again. And for those who haven't been involved, I think they get the message from the players who have been there, and you know, they'd like to taste that success as well. You've got to perform well each game and each round of the Challenge Cup. It's not like the other regular competition where you're going to get to have another go the following week. It's all or nothing.
There's some big game players, some big leaders in our team. Moz, you know, Brett Hodgson, you know, a few others. Brazy's left as well. It's been a transition period. I think it probably showed that at the beginning of the year, but I think we've come through now. Preparation, it's been good up to now. Sure, we'll be raring to go. We've a pretty special relationship with the Challenge Cup, and you know, 3 years out of 5, it's a pretty good going. But you know, as you ask all the lads, we certainly want some more.
A walk-up cry yet again for Tony Smith. Brian McDermott left wondering once again, what is the blueprint for Challenge Cup victory for the Leeds Rhinos?
And terrific bunch of players at Leeds. I've got the utmost respect for them, and you know, they've got quality players right across the board. We'll have a healthy respect, but we also feel that if we do our things well, that we can challenge most teams in the competition, including Leeds.
1 to 17, they're a quality team. We know that, so we've got to be full switched on for the full 80. So it's, yeah, I like to think if we're switched on and ready to go, and hopefully we'll get the win. The Challenge Cup is special, and obviously you try to treat it as another game, but obviously the prize at the end of this one's a little bit bigger. Your next game at this one is a trip to Wembley.
As a coach of my team, I see it going our way, but you know, there's another coach over the other side of the Pennines who's feeling the same way, and you know, it should be a fantastic game.
Atkins! Oh, as simple as that! Running over the corner! Wembley turns a shade of yellow and blue.
So Brian, a lot of experience, and some of their leaders from the last few seasons have left. Who pushes them around the park now?
Well, Matty Russell, the young man, Scottish international, has given lead the charge from the backfield. Joel Monaghan up there with the top try scorers, top try assists, leaping for the ball, and Rhys Evans, the Welsh international, in the backfield. 2 outstanding centres. Chris Bridge back in there from playing in the half-backs most of the year, but back in his favoured centre position to complement Ryan Atkins. And the halves, here we go, Ratchford and Myler, the ex-Salford Reds duo. Richie Myler have to kick well today, but Stefan Ratchford comfortable in any position. is an outstanding player. And their front row, Chris Hill, an England international, Anthony England, a recent signing from the Featherstone club, and this man Michael Monaghan has made a huge difference to the current form of the Warrington Wolves. And wow, look at the size of these boys. Trent Waterhouse, Australian international, with the two England internationals, Ben Harrison, the Cumbrian, and Ben Westwood. We all know his capabilities. From the bench, New Zealand international Roy Asataza with Paul Wood. Lots of experience. We've complained about no experience. There's plenty of Challenge Cup experience in this Warrington team. And Simon Gripps would make most teams starting line-up, along with Mickey Hyam, added to the team, added from the bench to create that zip and that excitement from dummy half.
So what is going to be the key for them today? Let's join Robbie again.
Well, once again, I think it is their talent. And actually, while we've got him just stood out here on his own, we'll go quick to Joel Monaghan. Joel, how's the preparation for Warrington been this week? How are you guys looking forward to the game?
It's been good. It's a massive game for us. We had a big test last week, but today it's all on the line.
All right, thank you very much. Good luck tonight. There's a couple other individuals that I personally would like for all the supporters to look at home. And they'll be the halfback pairing of Stefan Ratford and Richie Myler. Both players I've played alongside, immense talent. Very contrasting styles. Stefan Ratford, for example, likes to take the line on. He goes at players left, right and centre. He likes a broken line, and he can come up with a magic pass as well. Richie Myler, another player, he's very contrasting to Stefan Ratford, because it's not about ball playing, it's about reading what the players are doing around him. He's a real talent. If you keep your eyes on these two guys today, I think you're going to be in for a real treat, because they really do know how to play their rugby league.
Dennis talked about the halves there. Chris Bridge has been playing in there. Richie Myler's back. Is it a gamble with Richie? Do we think he's fit?
Not at all. Richie's fit. He saw him play last week against the Catalan Dragons. He was very good last week. I think the key to Warrington is getting Michael Monaghan back. He makes a massive difference to this team. He gives them lots of confidence, and this is going to be fireworks up front. They say that forwards get you to finals and backs win them, so I'm expecting a few fireworks tonight, because there's two packs here that are going to go at each other.
Do you think Lee Brere's going? Do you think Michael Monaghan sort of stepped into that role of making it tick in the middle there?
I think Michael always did that. He's a fantastic player, and what he does at dummy half, actually, because they've got such a big pack, they roll teams, and then their ability to play with the ball and get offloads and play second phase rugby league is better than most sides in the competition. There's only the one side that can match him at that, and they're on the opposite side of the field, so that's where you're going to get a good game today.
So what about the pack as well for Warrington? Because they lost quite a few people out of there, but have you seen them grow as the season's gone on?
To be honest, I think with both teams, that the forward pack is obviously the biggest part of the game, and especially with Warrington and Chris Hill for me, who's absolutely fantastic, and he's one of those players that I watch as well, being a fellow prop, to see how he's going, and I just see what he does, and he gets so many quick play the balls, and he gets a team on the front foot. Off the back of that, they use that off-the-cuff rugby, which they use so well, that these teams don't have quite as much structure as a lot of others. What they like to do is quick play the balls on the front foot, get past the advantage line, and just play rugby, and it's so exciting to see.
Now you might think that players take it easy in the run-up to a big match like this, that the coaches may back off them a little bit. Well, think again, because we've been given a unique insight into what it's like in the build-up to a big game by Jamie Peacock.
Master of none. We're a rugby league player. You've got to be master of all. You've got to be aerobically fit, anaerobically fit. You've got to be strong. One of the reasons we come out and do these strongman competitions is because it covers a lot of bases. Steve Jones is a man at this. It's just like being involved in a game, except for the collisions and the feeling you get where you feel like you're going to spew. When I first started out, sort of like nearly 20 years ago, we'd only just become full-time professionals, so there was a bit of a drinking culture within then, whereas now it's all about kids coming through straight from school, signing professional, and there's a hell of a lot of sports science in it. Look at Wardy, he won't be doing that when he's finished. He'll have a degree or something. I'm pretty stubborn, probably not the most naturally skillful player. I probably annoy some of the lads, because I always want to win, and I always want to try and get the best out of everything I've got and make the most out of my talent. And I suppose because I've got high standards and I want to drive them throughout the team and through everybody else, I suppose it annoys people, but it's about winning. Let's go. Work we've been doing, this little black box holds all the secrets to it. Here's a man to unlock the secrets. Blackie, tell us about this.
But basically, this tells us everything that the players have just done during the session.
So, who runs the fastest in the team?
I've had Tom Briscoe at 10.2 metres per second this season, which is pretty quick.
What kind of distances have been covered by the players in a game?
Well, it depends on position, but we've had Paul Ayton, who's covered nearly 10k.
Tell us about the impacts. We all know rugby league's full of impact.
Well, we've actually recorded you at the top impact for this season. It's over 16 Gs, which is like a bit of like a car crash almost.
So this little black box tells us if you want to be a rugby league player, you've got to run almost as fast as an Olympic sprinter, you've got to cover 10k in 80 minutes, and you've got to be involved in 30 mile an hour car crashes.
Here comes Jamie Peacock with a ripping run. What an effort by Peacock.
Any professional sportsman, you need to be a little bit selfish. If everybody in your close circle, or maybe friends and family, is happy with you, then you're not being the right rugby league player. I always feel that someone within your close circle has got to be unhappy with you because you've not been able to do something with them or turn up for them because you're dedicated to what you're doing. Them sacrifices are all worth it when you get to run out in semi-finals and finals knowing that you've got a chance of doing something really special.
Peacock sees the moment of glory and grabs it.
I look at this and realise this could be my last semi-final. I have no guarantees of making a semi-final in my last year, next year, so I intend to make the most of it. You can see there's a quiet determination amongst the players. It's spoken about, but it's more in people's eyes that you can see it in the way people train. I think this week's training will be as intense as it's been all year, and it'll be absolutely on the money, and that's how it needs to be. And we really want to get to Wembley and win.
Well, if that has inspired you to give the game a go, you can go to the Get Inspired section on the BBC Sport website. There's loads of information on there about how you can get involved in rugby league. Do you regularly wield a sledgehammer in training?
Funnily enough, yes, we do, and it's something that's kind of coming in the last few years. It's a lot of gyms are kind of using this sort of caveman technique, and
it's not in my gym, I have to say.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to be lifting a sledgehammer, Tony. I will be slightly worried.
His last suspension was he had a sledgehammer down his sock.
Dennis, do you look at that and think, thank goodness I don't have to do that anymore, or do you still do that after training?
All that kind of stuff, yeah. I mean, the training like that, I was really fortunate because that's how it started to progress when I first came to the game. I was at that edge of the professional era and was really fortunate to be able to train full time and take that kind of stuff going forward. So I was very lucky to get that into my game, and I think it's inspiring. You watch Jamie there, as a coach, you want people like him on your side. Jamie Peacock's fantastic. He was, like I say, everybody's talking about Kevin Sinfield. Jamie Peacock's a big key to this Leeds side.
I have to say, I remember coming to do an interview with James Lowes as he was looking to the grand final of this last match, and you were the coach and you absolutely hammered him in training. He said it's not the matches that's the problem, it's the training.
Yeah, I think it's illuminating what they actually go through. That's a brilliant piece, wasn't it? And see what they do go through to get to this kind of stage. And today is just magnificently all about the gladiators that we've just seen Jamie being part and parcel of.
And you picked him out as one of your head-to-heads up against Chris Hill.
Yeah, slightly different players, but both internationals. Jamie's obviously stepped down from that stage. Minutes played is very similar. Chris Hill's great asset is he's got late footwork at the line. What I mean for our viewers there is you'll think you've got him, you think you're going to tackle him, and he'll move slightly late, which enables him, you see there, to have a few more fast play the balls, which enables Michael Monaghan and Mickey Hyam to jump out of dummy half and make metres. The tackle count, Jamie Peacock slightly ahead there in Chris Hill, but very little to separate these two. More determination and will from Jamie Peacock, and Chris Hill has an element of skill that can open the door and gives him those extra line breaks, as we see.
Well, it's a fantastic atmosphere here, a big crowd. Can you feel the nerves jangling then?
It's fantastic. This is what you play for. This is what you come for. You see all the crowd here, the sun's shining, it's going to be a fantastic game, and I think today we'll see a fantastic game in rugby league, and I think, like I say, it's going to be too close to call.
And what are these last few moments for the players like?
Do you know what, the moments where you need to get yourself prepared, I think now it's just a time of getting yourself sort of wound up to get out onto the field. And me, as a player, but also at the side of the field now, I've got butterflies just thinking about this game. It's going to be spectacular.
And Dennis, do you know what you're going to say to your players as you send them out tomorrow? Do you hand over to the players themselves?
I've already said what I'm going to say to the players, so
Can you not just know?
This is their day. Well, if they don't know now, then we're in trouble. So I think it's reinforcing certain issues, and you let your leaders take part. The players have to go onto the field. They have to be able to manage it, make the decisions. My influence now has happened, and it will happen only in very, very small parts during the game, I think. And that's what these two coaches do. They don't take over the team. They let their leaders contribute what they're there for, and that is to lead their team and get what they can out of them.
You're nodding away there, Brian.
Yeah, because it's all about performance today, and to get a decent performance, they've got to try and eradicate this crowd, eradicate the occasion, and do what they do best. And Dennis has prepared his team for tomorrow, and these two teams will be really well prepared. I genuinely believe that it's going to be the bounce of the ball that separates these two teams. Who makes a good decision at the right time, or who maybe perhaps makes a poor decision at the wrong time, will separate the two.
What do you think is going to be the key? Is it going to be the defence, do you think, that's actually going to win today?
Well, from both sides, I think the defences are always okay. Lately, I think they've been a little bit inconsistent, which is a worrying sign for both sides. But it's the attacking threat which will get you. I think both teams want to throw the ball about. They'll be really excited. And off the back of what Nobby's saying as well, it's those errors which will cost you. Errors lose games. And I think if the team who controls the ball, but also uses it to the best of their ability, I think that'll be the team that'll win.
Brian, final thought from you before you head up for the commentary?
Yeah, you've still got to be brave enough to make a tough decision at the right end of the field. I agree with Earl and I agree with Dennis, but it's going to be somebody's attacking prowess that will separate these two teams.
Well, the teams are in the tunnel. Brian is going to go up to the commentary box to join Jonathan Davis and Dave Woods. The teams are about to come out with their mascots there. They're going to hit a wall of sound because the atmosphere is building fantastically here. I'm not sure that little girl knows what's about to hit them. The players just can't wait to get going, can they? And here they come to the wall of sound. We'll hand you upstairs to the commentary box.
Well, we love these moments, don't we? These nerve-tingling, stomach-tightening moments, unique to a Challenge Cup semi-final. Win today, and whether you're a player or a fan, you can look forward to one of the best days of your rugby league life. Lose, and it's dejection and anonymity, and it doesn't bear thinking about, does it? That's why, since 1896, this competition has been so special.
Well, when I signed, for rugby league, I wanted to play at the Challenge Cup final in Wembley. That was the big incentive.
Both sides just about at full strength. Kevin Sinfield returns from suspension. Callum Watkins and Ryan Hall back, having been rested last week. So Leeds looking pretty strong, and if they look pretty strong, then Warrington are as well. Matty Russell, Chris Bridge, Mickey Hyman, Ben Westwood, all rested last week as well. Returning to the 17, Richie Myler and Michael Monaghan, recent returnees from long-term injuries. So their conditioning could be tested today, and they are two key players in two key positions as well. Phil Bentham is our referee here today. He's got a couple of Challenge Cup finals in his locker already. Wait to see who's selected for this year's Challenge Cup final, and indeed who will be playing. Benny Westwood pawing the ground, waiting for this game to get underway. Kevin Sinfield, the man who will put boot to ball for the very first time here as well. They are familiar foes in familiar circumstances. It is a sumptuous matchup of big match players here today. Predict the outcome of this one, if you dare, at this stage of what is going to be an enthralling competition, as Anthony England is the first man to take it in.
Yeah, it's just been... Whoever you talk to, no one knows, the favourite, the underdog. It's been very difficult to split them. So listening to Brian McDermott's talk just before the game, though, psychologically for Leeds, it's massive. They want it so much to get the Challenge Cup and to win that cup.
They're almost playing it down, it would seem, this year, Leeds, the Leeds players. It's not that big an issue. You bet it is. Here comes a kick out of dummy half from Monaghan, Michael Monaghan. It's collected easily enough by Zach Hardacre, and a decent opening set from Warrington's point of view.
Yeah, good kick chase.
Hold! Goal!
Robbie Burrow. Here's Ryan Hall. Watched him, didn't we, in the game against St Helens in the 5th round. He had a terrific input to that game, Ryan Hall, without ever scoring.
Release!
Just his general work rate that day was tremendous. Here's Burrow out of dummy half again. Maguire across to Jones Buchanan. Brian Noble, early thoughts.
Early thoughts are, we haven't talked much about the defensive of both these teams. They're both exceptional, they're both big men, and early on they'll be feeling each other out. So I think the kicking game becomes crucial early in the semi-final.
Here comes Matty Russell. He's been an exciting find this year, if you like, and he's run into his own player.
That's a big mistake.
So it's going to be an obstruction.
That's a very big mistake.
And right into him. So he gets surrendered.
Well, I think he just simply ran into Ben Harrison, didn't he?
He did, look.
Obstruction penalty, and Leeds will take the chance to get an early 2 points here.
Yeah, surprising decision. We see both teams usually at the start of games trying to feel each other out, trying to get a fluency in their attack and how they're going to execute some plays on the fringes. But I think this is going back to a mentality that probably Wayne Bennett in Australia epitomises. Anytime she got a chance to change the scores on the doors and rattle the tins and keep it going over, take them.
It is surprising though, this early in the game, you know, it's first attacking opportunity for Leeds. Very good position.
But if anyone knows how important a goal kick is in a game like this, it is Kevin Sinfield, isn't it? A couple of semi-finals, one against Saints years ago at Huddersfield, the game against Castleford at Doncaster in the semi-final when a goal kick took them to extra time, and of course the kick spurned against Bradford in that famous cup final in Cardiff, when who knows what might have happened had he taken it that day. Anyway, over it goes, never mind the history, here's the present. Leeds have an early lead, less than 3 minutes played, and Leeds lead by 2 points to 0.
I don't mind that decision. They'll get the ball back now and they can get themselves into an exit set with it, getting out of their own half to find a kick. If they complete like there, it just, who knows, towards the end of the 80 minutes it might be a 2-point ball game.
All the indications are that it could be that close. So Warrington get us underway again. Nashville with a kick. Oh, it's too far. It is too far. So a penalty back for Leeds on the halfway line.
This will be interesting to see if he goes for goal from here. Maybe a little bit too far out for Sinfield.
No, I think they'll take the field position now and get their offence flowing. I think he's capable of kicking from the halfway if he was that, but I just think it's a great result, a great start, a penalty from Matty Russell, 2 points for Leeds, and then they're giving the ball back where they would have had it even they're not taking the 2 points.
Sinfield with a kick will find touch 30 metres away from that Warrington line.
Two big mistakes from Warrington very early in the match.
It's the kind of thing that semi-finals do to you, isn't it? Here comes Jamie Jones-Buchanan with the initial surge for Leeds. Warrington looking to find their poise in this cup semi. It is Leeds who have settled the better just at the minute, and Peacock now with that driving entry into the game.
That's a great run, Peacock.
Back up.
Burrow stands and waits. Options right and left. He goes to Maguire. Maguire using Jones-Buchanan as a bit of a foil. Tenner. Here comes Burrow. Skips away to Sinfield. Sinfield with a dummy, but finds the welcoming arms of England there. The young prop.
That's a good hit by Harrison.
Burrow. Here's Luluai. Kylie Luluai. Family name resonates through Challenge Cup history, doesn't it? There's another to look out for tomorrow as well. Here comes Maguire to the kick to the in-goal area. I think Ratsford's just got it down here, but it's a drop out underneath the sticks. What about this for early pressure on Warrington?
Real early pressure and a conservative attacking set really from Leeds. We saw all of the halves of the run at the line. We saw Lulu have the run line. They were playing for that kick to build pressure.
Yeah, it's very conservative. Just hit up by the side of the ruck until the fourth or fifth tackle. But Warrington will be happy with that defence as well.
Don't get caught in.
Taking their time here, as they're entitled to do. Get a bit of oxygen back in their lungs before they have another big stint in defence here. Hardacre with a catch. Peacock wants it early. And here he comes. Never flamboyant.
Move!
But always effective.
Go one.
Burrow. Well, rarely flamboyant anyway. Here's Delaney. Give him an odd moment in that long career of his.
Release, Chris!
Burrow from 30 metres out, collects at dummy half, looking on the inside again, and Luluai with a short pass again, with the urge and the surge.
Hands out!
Warrington are getting through a lot of work in these early stages. Sinfield. This is Maguire again, a little kick, a searcher. Russell and Monaghan, and Joel Monaghan's back there, but it's a perfect kick and a terrific chase. And it's another drop out underneath the sticks here.
It's good play by both sides. Great offence by Leeds and good defence, good kick chase. I think you have to be patient. You know, in a quality game like this is like an international match. It's all about patience. You're not going to score every set you have the ball. You have to play the field position and be very, very patient.
The 3 P's, Jiffy. Patience, possession.
And he's forgotten the third again. Again! If you ever bump into Brian Noble in a pub, get him to tell the 3P story before that famous Four Nations win against Australia in Sydney back in 2006. It's a belter. Here's Ablett down this left-hand side for Leeds, who are dominating possession. Burrow at dummy half again. Luluai. Warrington labouring hard in the sunshine here, having a lot of fuel drained from their tank in the early stages. Maguire. Leeds need to take advantage though, just the 2 points at the moment. Hardly representative of how much they've been on top so far.
And again, very, very conservative, just hitting it up. This will be interesting, what they do in the last play.
Here comes Burrow, dummies to the left, Maguire with the ball back on the inside, Ablett with the reach. Has he got there? Has he got there? I don't think he has. Phil Bentham says handover. Warrington survive. Full marks to that Warrington defence.
Well, 2 pluses for Warrington there. That's the third set that they've defended on their own line. And how many times have we seen Carl Eberle in that position and get the ball down? And Warrington have negated that and need to get hold of the ball themselves. And the other piece, possession. There you go, Dave.
That's a points victory for Warrington this early.
I thought it was preparation. I thought the other P was preparation. Maybe there's 4 P's.
There's about 12 actually, so just pick any 3 of the 12.
Here comes Russell, dashing away from dummy half. Warrington will be lifted. Still trailing, but only by 2. It could have been a lot worse. This is Waterhouse.
Goal 4.
Leeds dominating territory at the moment and possession.
Okay, Jamie. Back up, boys. Goal 5.
Here comes Ratchford. He's hit the head of Jamie Jones-Buchanan. It's still play on. That's maybe an accidental offside, whichever it's a knock on, it'll be. Oh, it's a penalty. He's given us a full offside.
Some more field position for Leeds here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was a ricochet. He said he wasn't played at. It hit his head and an accidental offside and bounces into England's hands. And it's a gimme for Leeds, isn't it?
Well, you know, boys said before the match, bounce of the ball could determine the outcome of this. Well, at the moment, the bounce of the ball is favouring Leeds.
It's the way it looks so far, Leeds. Look at that possession, 65% so far.
Yeah. And all in Warrington's half.
The key line of statistics, of course, as ever, is a top line. It is still only Leeds 2, Warrington 0. 8 minutes played.
Okay.
Kylie Lulai recently announced he's going to do another year, hasn't he? Kylie Lulai, he's going to go around for another 12 months. There's the kick that finds Leeds with a tap restart.
Good kick, very good kick.
Away.
Very good kick.
Burrow with a tap. Here comes Peacock again with that driving run to set up the position.
There's an injury there, serious injury, he's knocked out.
Thanks, boys.
And we'll stop. Who is this? Is it Benny Westwood? No, it's Michael Monaghan.
Oof,
take your time, Mike.
He's got to take his time here. It's going to be a big blow for Warrington. He's such a clever player, Monaghan, isn't he? You know, he scans the game so well from the play of the ball. His distribution is brilliant. He's just got his head on the wrong side. Just watch. Yep, the hip. Very often you see that. You got your head in the wrong position, you're going to get hurt. For any kid watching this, just make sure you get your head on the correct side when you make the tackle. He gets his head caught on the wrong side, the hip bone catches the temple.
Cheers, man.
He's okay.
Well, they're very careful with these head injuries these days, aren't they?
Yeah.
As they have to be. It's not just about the here and now, it's about what happens down the line as well in the years to come. Here's Sinfield, back to Maguire. Maguire over the top, and now Leeds with a chance to test through Moon, who's taken high.
Clumsy tackle.
High tackle, boys.
Another penalty.
Well, lads.
Let's get 2 now.
Well, they'll go quick.
Stay back.
Burrow's going to tap it. Here comes Luluai, setting things up here.
1. Move,
so
boys.
Close they are.
Stay back. Go on, 1.
Burrow. Maguire. Oh, and Jamie Jones-Buchanan came crashing onto that. Has kept the ball alive. Has it gone backwards? Ref's having a look.
Knock on.
Knock on. Warrington survive again. And listen to the roar from the Warrington fans. They know how important it was to get through that spell of pressure.
It's a great last-ditch attempt once again. Buchanan tries to go there. That goes backwards, doesn't it?
It's knock on from, I think, Rob Burrow.
Yeah, Rob Burrow gets at the end. Let's just watch. Pops out to the tackle.
Heads in, that's it.
Well, very difficult to call from that angle.
Hands over, boys.
So Warrington get the ball back. And how important is that simple fact, Brian Noble, here?
Well, it could be. We talked about taking your opportunities and decision-making there. But I think Jamie Jones has to chance his arm there, and on any other given day, Rob Burrow scores. But Michael Monaghan's in the way. He knocks it back. Rob Burrow knocks it forward, and it's a get-out-of-jail card for the Warrington team.
It's a big set for Warrington now. They've been under the cosh. They've got to just play the 6 and have a good kick in.
Here's Westwood. They're going to quick play the ball away here. Away comes Bridge. Oh, there was a collision off the ball there, wasn't there? Which has left Anthony England sprawling. But they spin it across the line to Rhys Evans. It was a forward pass. My, that was very, very close. But the referee has given it as forward.
Interesting to see what happened to Kylie Luluai.
Just smashed him, didn't he?
Come back, boys. All fellas, ready?
Here's Watkins. So let's hear some news from the touchline. Here's George Riley.
Terrific start, Dave, for Leeds, but they are just monitoring at the moment. Kylie Luluai, the big prop forward, winded early on. He's just been breathing heavily, but they're leaving him out there for the time being. As for Michael Monaghan, a blow to the back of the head. Warrington keeping tabs on that also.
Here's Burrow, little duck in the dark.
I think if he's winded, he'll recover.
Goal 3.
I think if he's winded, he did well to smash Anthony England all over the other side of the park.
Move!
Here's Delaney.
Wait for it, boys. 4, go.
Here's Burrow. Peacock. Sinfield.
Good ball.
Maguire. Bounces into the hands of Ryan Hall, who takes a couple of shuffling steps forward, but Ratchford has his number.
Go.
6 tackle coming up. Maguire down this blind side. Ablett with a jab kick, looking for the corner again. The position. Excellent. Warrington have to start from the tightest of areas.
I think I have to say, Warrington's defence has been very good, and because of that, Leeds have gone very wide very quickly, and it hasn't been pace on their distribution.
Westwood's done well here. But what about a kick there from Ablett to have a second rower who can dab one in like that for you?
Well, it was a terrific kick there, as you say. 5 metres in from the sideline and a couple of metres off, and now Warrington get the relief. They'll probably take the most out of this opening if they can capitalise on this attacking set that they're going to get now. They'll want some of the same kind of field position that Leeds have had in the last 10 minutes.
There was a foot in there, accidentally. I think Jamie Jones Buchanan, wasn't looking at the ball. This will be a rest right now for Warrington.
No problem. Will do. Thank you.
Richie Myler with a clearing kick. We know he's coming back from a fairly long injury. Michael Monaghan is coming back from a fairly long injury. 2 key players in 2 key positions. So, Brian Noble, how much are they going to be tested here today?
No more than they would be normally in a game of this magnitude. Monaghan's been back, he's had a game and a half. Richie Myler's had slightly more than that. They should be fresh, they should be alert, they should give impetus to this team.
You want your best players on the paddock in games like this.
We're back, come on Kylie.
Here's Monaghan. Michael Monaghan, his brother Joel, of course, is out wide. Here's Ratchford trying to step away, but good read by Moon, but the offload keeps it alive. This is Russell, Matty Russell.
Jamie!
Going wide very quickly, Brian, aren't they? Looking for the width.
Both teams, I think they're trying to negate the prowess that both forward packs have early in this game and try and find an opportunity, but both defences are excellent, so it's hard to find. They're playing off the back foot, and so the defences are open. It's difficult.
This will go up.
Here it goes. Hardacre just shielding his eyes, has caught it on the full in the in-goal area, so it's a tap back on the 20 by default, and because he was the man who caught it, he can take it quickly. And Leeds are already up on the 30-metre mark.
Not the best kick there by Ratchford. He'd be disappointed. It's too much distance on it, not enough height for the chasers to get there.
This is good by Leeds. Here's Maguire, who tries to put the foot down, but Westwood with a covering tackle. Necessary it was. Now Burrow, making the most of that disorganised temporarily Warrington defence.
Quick play of the ball. Burrow is so dangerous.
Goal 3.
Ablett
Hand, Stefan!
Leeds with 4 tackles gone already, deep inside this Warrington half again. They've made good ground here. This is Peacock. Back to Sinfield. There was a hand there from Harrison. Should be another 6 and is another 6.
Move!
So there's the 0 tackle, so 6 after this.
They're doing this a tough way, Warrington. This is a lot of ball that they've had to defend. You know, that last set from Leeds, from the tap 20 restart from Hardacre, was energy sapping for this Warrington team.
They're back on the inside. Ian Kirk is off the bench and on the field.
Go, 2.
So he plays Kylie Luluwai. This is Maguire.
Okay.
Sinfield to Hardacre, who would have sensed the oncoming Richie Myler, and that might have put him in 2 minds, which has led to him dropping the ball. And Warrington get relief again here.
Yeah, again, you know, I think the one thing that'll disappoint the Leeds players is their execution on the wide passing. It's been very slow. Had a little look.
Has Kylie got off now?
Tell you what, how valuable is that 2 points looking now, by the way?
We had a big debate, didn't we, at the start of the game? After a minute, it's 2 points this way and that. But I think the way that both teams played the game, we're going to see some more scores. And yes, it might be the difference, and it might be the important part of the game. But
in the first 15 minutes, or you know, everything Leeds have dominated it. But the key things are 4 penalties conceded by Warrington and 3 errors, whereas Leeds 1 penalty and 1 error. That's why they're dominating territory and possession.
Straight up, Jamie.
You know the quality of both these sides and the situation that we have here, that it will be a semi-final that will ebb and flow. Leeds dominating the first 16, but Warrington will have their moments.
Line speed is very good from both sides. Defensive line speeds.
Here's Bridge.
Here. Go.
Russell up from the full-back position to add a little sprightliness to the dummy half position and bowls it back. And then the ball back on the inside. Myler gets the offload, but only into the hands of Carl Ablett. And Leeds say thank you very much. We'll have a bit more possession.
I think Warrington have got to just keep the ball for a little bit. Take the sting out of the Leeds attack and Leeds possession. They're trying everything, trying to score on every play they have.
But that's the way they play. That's their philosophy. Yeah. And I suppose since the Ratchford kick, the only time they've had any ball in the Leeds half, their finishes to sets haven't been good. They're still giving penalties away. It's just cranking up that pressure gauge on their own line.
Go for.
Gee, that's going to be a good cup semi-final tomorrow as well, isn't it? Witness against Castleford. We just saw a view of that. Here's Burrow. This is Sinfield. Sinfield again looking to measure that kick towards the corner. Didn't quite get it as he wanted, allowing Russell to escape from that position.
I don't understand sometimes the Leeds kicking philosophy, because Russell isn't the biggest guy, you know, and you look at Ablett, Callum Watkins, they're all great, and Ryan Hall. They've got to put the ball in and use the height advantage that they have.
Westwood quick away.
I'd also be tempted to put the ball up Jiffy, you know, and give him something to think about while the hooves are coming down there to squash him all over the park. You know, he needs to be tested, as you say, and Leeds have this strategy of kicking behind down the short side, and it's giving him a free run in relation to the ball. And Warrington are too dangerous. One of their half breaks here is going to lead to something.
There goes Hill. Just a big fella to stop, but he's quick off the ground as well. And it's given Monaghan a chance to have a kick out from behind the dummy half. And although it will be Leeds' head and theme here, the play will start only 10 yards from that Leeds line.
It's been such a fast start to this game.
That's a terrific kick, I think, from Monaghan. The walk to the scrum, I was in my mind, I was advocating, just kick for a sideline, Warrington, kick for a sideline, and talk about restricting territory on this Leeds team.
The only thing is, though, if you look at the Leeds back line, you know, they can score from anywhere.
I think the exciting thing about this game is both teams can do that.
Yeah. Both teams, keep it up.
I'd like to see Warrington work Leeds over a little bit more in and around the ruck. I think they've got some dangerous players there, but as you said, they seem to be going wide really early to try and create some opportunities.
It's Ryan Hall. Proving to be a real handful.
He's just a juggernaut, isn't he? And followed by a freight train, then followed by one of the front rowers, which is a coal train or something. Gosh, they're big boys now.
Robbie Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane. He's a big boy, though, isn't he?
Here comes
good at
Hardacre. Still just the penalty goal from Kevin Sinfield in the second minute, separating these two sides. Peacock.
4. Okay, Trent. Hold.
Robbie Burrow up at dummy half.
Outside. Jamie.
Gets that kick away. He's looking for A bit of distance, a bit of green grass. The roll is awkward, so Russell has to take a few precious seconds before he's safe to pick it up, and that gives Leeds the chance to get a little further downfield to stop him in his tracks. Here's Ratchford. Out of dummy half.
Move! He's square. Hold. Go 2. 3. Release!
Monaghan. Michael Monaghan. That is Joel of that same ilk.
Yeah. Go 4.
Bridge back inside to Harrison. Now it's Hill.
It's good hands.
Good hands to Myler. Myler's trying to get it on. I think that went forward. It has. So it has gone to ground.
Again, very flat. I think they're just trying to get on the fringes, aren't they, Warrington? Those little offloads, yeah.
I think their first 4 plays were really exceptional. Simple, but exceptional. Monaghan ran out of dummy half. The other Monaghan tried a little bit of a half break. It's just that extra decision, that decision after 2 or 3 passes. But it will pay dividends if they persevere with that strategy in and around the ruck.
Not many have won a Landstott Trophy winners medal, but we have one of those in our team today. Robbie Hunter-Paul, what are you thinking down on the sidelines?
Well, what I am thinking is, Dave, is that Leeds have played the perfect 20 minutes in this semi-final. They've been absolutely ruthless and not overplaying. You know, there's been a couple of times where I thought they may have been guilty, where they may have led to being guilty trying to overplay because they haven't scored any tries yet. But what they're doing is drawing so much energy out of this Warrington pack that they're really starting to struggle with some of their individuals.
Hold. Go 3.
Familiar territory. Leeds in possession inside the Warrington half.
4.
So the key to this so far has been the defence. Both defences have been absolutely solid.
Well, you see the tackles made. Warrington have only made 5 more than Leeds, which is surprising given the amount of possession.
Oh, have that.
Leeds are down.
That's what you don't want.
That's a great tackle from Ryan Atkins. He timed it to perfection because he gets that slightly wrong, and Rob Burrows in the clear.
Maguire again, hoping desperately that this holds up, but he doesn't quite. So it's a tap back on the 20 here for Warrington.
And again, that's where Brian McDermott will be disappointing. Completing the sets. I don't think the kicking game has been that good for them so far.
First, Jamie! Oh, boys, hold.
Only 4 completed from Warrington's point of view, but as Brian was saying, that's the way they play the game, isn't it? They do like to take the risks, and it very often results in some very eye-catching rugby league and big scores and big wins. Here's Harrison.
4. Let's. Wait, lads, wait. Go 4.
Atkins back on the inside.
That's a poor pass by Atkins. Took all the momentum out of Wood's run.
Go.
6 tackle coming up here. Across the line it goes. Bridge. Now Westwood. All the way to Joel Monaghan, who has nothing left to do but try and kick it downfield. And it has gone out of play on the fall. Well, that wasn't in the plan book, was it? I wouldn't have thought.
Well, I think both coaches will have the notebook out thinking about their last plays and their kicks, and you know, Leeds started really well with their field position element of things. You know, they were kicking, they only had small kicks, but they were getting the ball back, and that, Robbie's quite right, that may take its toll at the end of this game in relation to energy, but they just haven't quite got their finishes right to sets Warrington yet.
You need to get your key players in there for the kicks. You need to get your half-backs.
Here's Abler. 8 times cup winners at Warrington, the last twice against Leeds in 2010 and 2012 at Wembley Stadium. Leeds 11 times cup winners, but not this century. 6 finals reached, 6 finals lost.
Well, they're getting him, they're controlling Burrow at the moment because he is such a dangerous runner. And again, a poor finish of the set.
I think Jiffy makes a real point for our viewers here, Dave. They're handling Rob Burrow really well. There's a couple of half chances where he's nearly got through and would have created that huge break, but they're coming up and they're squash tackling him. They're making sure that it has to go to ground. Get that into
There's 2 things, and that's the first thing. Burrow always goes on a quick play of the ball, but they're closing him down because if he breaks and has a half chance, the support is brilliant.
Hold. Go 2.
So Aiton's on the sidelines, obviously, that's dropped. It's another scrum, Leeds his head and feed. Aiton's on the sideline, who is a specialist hooker. If you bring him on, do you bring Burrow off, or do you look to push Burrow a little wider to give him more space to run?
Well, the coach has both options. He can put him into the half-backs if he thinks there's a lack of effectiveness there and stick Kevin Sinfield at the back of the scrum, or he gives him a rest and brings him back to be explosive off the bench again.
The one thing, if Warrington don't stop making errors, Leeds, Leeds will win this game. They cannot make as many errors. They made 7-1. You can't give Leeds so much possession. They will score.
Move. Hold, boys, hold. Go, he's pushed forward.
Here's Watkins. Callum Watkins.
Second Trent!
Out of dummy half. Debut as a 17-year-old in this competition back in 2008. We said wow that day, and we've not stopped saying wow about him since.
The worrying thing is Leeds are very, very conservative. I don't think I've seen them this conservative. I don't know if this is the Challenge Cup or not.
Here's Ablett. Hardacre inside for Peacock. Peacock with a short pass for Jones Buchanan, who's inside the 10 again, but there's only one tackle left to play with here. Maguire throws it wide to Moon. Now it's to Ryan Hall. Hall! That is a fantastic finish. They are going for the video referee.
I tell you what,
I bet you a pound to a penny he's given this.
Player's reaction says he scores.
This is close. It's whether he gets the ball down, obviously, before he hits the sideline, because he does go into touch.
Player reaction, always a good indicator.
So let's hear from the video referee then.
Ball is grounded whilst he remains in the field of play. From that angle, it looks like he is. Ooh, right. Does he knock on? Can we just have a look at the ground? I'm happy that he's not in touch. I just want a closer view on the ball, please. His fingers are still on the ball. If you can have a look on that angle. Can have a look on the other side. Does his hand stay on the ball? Now, fingers look like they actually stay on the ball. Can we have the angle coming in from the side, please? No, the other side. There's no clear separation.
Joe.
On there.
I bet with the screen in the shade.
Okay. This is the one. Hands still on the ball. Fingers are on the ball. That's unclear. So there's no clear separation on that one. No, that's not going to show me anything. There's no clear separation. I've got no evidence of that, so I'm going to have to give a try. Benefit of the doubt.
Get ready, Joe.
Well, there you hear exactly why Ben Thaler has given that try. He couldn't be certain that Ryan Hall had it under control, but likewise he couldn't be certain that he didn't. So the benefit of the doubt goes Ryan Hall's way. He has made scoring tries like that a speciality.
Two stallions of the game going head-to-head. Joe Monaghan and Ryan Hall up there in the top try-scoring stakes, but a defensive effort from Joe Monaghan. It's hard to criticise what he did, because you have to look at the talent of what Ryan Hall did. He got the ball down, and I think that's a fair try.
That's a great finish, though. No right to score there. No right at all. That is a fantastic finish.
So Kevin Sinfield with a chance to land his second goal of the day. Ryan Hall's name is ringing around Langtree Park from the Leeds fans. They have absolutely dominated possession and position, and they finally get their try. Kind of response that we're going to see from Warrington now. So Kevin Sinfield with that right boot to curl it in, absolutely perfect. And Leeds now lead by 8 points to 0 with 26 minutes played.
Now the penalty looks a good decision.
It's a really juicy two, doesn't it?
Dummy kick.
Looking for Warrington, lads, over here.
It's very difficult to say if there was separation there. Benefit of the doubt, great finish. Ryan Hall. Tremendous finisher.
And I think that's on the back of the weight of how much ball Leeds have had. Just literally, the errors from Warrington, the lack of decent kicks and finishes are just inviting Leeds into their half, aren't they?
That'll be a relief for Leeds as well, because they've had a lot of possession, a lot of territory, and they haven't got anything from it, so that'll be good for them.
Still dominating 63%. of the ball and 78%.
That's an amazing, two amazing stats after 27 minutes.
Here's Coe.
Hands out.
Paul Ayton is down on the sidelines, ready to make his entrance here. So we'll see whether Robbie Burrows pulled off or just put further wide. Kick downfield, taken by Matt Russell. 5-6 Leeds outriders led by Sinfield to make sure his progress is limited to just a couple of steps. Joel Monaghan from dummy half. Here's Rhys Evans, the young Welshman.
Second, release. Okay, good. Well done,
There's
Ian.
Ayton, the Papua New Guinean international.
Third, Jamie.
Struggle
Back
forward
up.
by Simon Griggs.
Goal, 3.
Here's Paul Wood, putting the little step on, trying to get the arm free, but
Go.
not in a position to get the pass away safely. Michael Monaghan gets it going again.
5, release.
He's teasing that defence, but they swallow him up. And here on the sixth tackle, it's Richie Myler who puts the kick downfield. Hoping again it holds, hoping it holds. It is, it is. Hardacre picks up, runs it back, 10 metres away, and down he goes. George Riley, what news?
Paul Ayton on Dave. Jamie Jones-Buchanan makes his way off, absolutely drenched in sweat, really hot out there. Luckily we're in the shade on the touchline. Better news for Leeds as well is that Kylie Lulawai, who went straight down the tunnel when he came off, is now back on. So I don't know if he's had a little bit of treatment. He was holding his rib. As for Warrington, Tony Smith, no reaction at all to that try. I would love to see what his eyes look like behind those dark glasses.
There's Rob Burrow. Blue, I think.
Release.
Here's Rob Burrow, just short of the halfway line.
5, gone 10 now.
Sixth tackle, Sinfield.
Okay.
Russell
chase.
catches it on the full.
That's a good chase then, put pressure on the kicker.
We just sense a slight swing of the momentum.
Well, the last two end of sets have been good for Warrington.
Oh, and that's
This is
good
good.
from Monaghan. And here comes Bridge. But covered well by Hardacre.
Good play, Monaghan there. A good defence by Hardacre. Used the touchline as a defender.
Ratchford swallowed up.
Tell you what, Leeds are closing Ratchford down very quickly. They know that he's very dangerous.
Here's Wood. And Leeds defence advancing quickly. But what kind of a gap have they left here for Matty Russell? With a pass away to Myler. It was a forward pass. Forward pass. It's called by the touch judge, Robert Hicks, on the far side. The referee was not in position. The touchy that gave that.
Great ball that is.
Matter of millimetres.
Okay.
Oh.
I can't see from that angle.
I was just about to say before Warrington exploded into that exciting football, their last kick was great, it gave them some field position, a bit of kick pressure on Leeds which wasn't so great, enabled Warrington to have that attacking field position that we haven't seen the whole of this half.
Hall, a little bit of a juggle, made him an easier target for Ratchford to put the shoulder in and push him back a yard or two.
Hold. Go 1.
Here's Maguire. Hardacre. What a season he's having, by the way, Zach Hardacre. Now it's Danny Maguire.
2, release. Wait. 8, go 2.
Paul Ayton, the man who's on the field. Burrow's still out there, he moves up to dummy half.
Hold, boys. Go 3, good.
Here's Peacock.
I think in a man short at the moment, Leeds, because one of their players is having some treatment.
Square.
I think it's Joel Moon, I think it is, got a head cut.
Sinfield, back it goes to Hardacre. The advancement from Atkins has left the space here. Oh, and Briscoe's knocked it on, and Evans picks it up, and he'll keep it alive here. It's an advantage play here. This is still the zero tackle, and it is an advantage. So even if Warrington drop it, they will get the ball back anyway. So they could risk their arm there. But it's a zero tackle. 6 starts from here.
Great play there. That's the knock on at the end. But I thought great feat by Zach Hardacre. He saw Ryan Atkins shoot at the line and just rode the tackle. Very fortunate to get away with that, Warrington.
Atkins would have played the ball, picked up quickly as well here. That's a good stretching run. This is Asatazi, the big man. It's another forward pass at a very similar part of the field, and it's very cheap.
Another error for Warrington Wolves. They haven't had the ball, they haven't had territory. When they've had it, they've just squandered it. They've had no momentum whatsoever. I don't think they've had one attacking opportunity, you know, in the Leeds red zone.
Just one more in, hang on,
7.5 minutes of the first half remaining here.
One shot here, time off.
Don't forget that later on, once we've finished here, you can join in our Red Button forum.
Heads in, okay, Danny.
Usual Twitter and Facebook addresses. BBCRL hashtag at BBC Sport, Facebook.com, all the rest of it. And tomorrow will be an absolute belter as well. Join us for that. Witness against Castleford.
Second,
it's a sellout crowd for what should be a very memorable occasion. Now, two really good semi-finals, aren't they? Here comes Ablett.
Good run.
3, okay, Joel.
And all adds up to what should be a terrific final in a couple of weeks' time at Wembley Stadium. Here's Sinfield.
4, move, Paul. Back up. Go, 4.
Ayton.
Okay.
Peacock away to Maguire. Sees the advancing Warrington line, pushes off Asatazi, almost gets through.
Way, lads.
A little bit of purchase here, but it is the 6th tackle, so Hardacre with a kick towards that touchline.
Okay.
Whistle across to pick it up.
Again, I don't understand that. Just put him under pressure, stick it in the air, see if there's a mistake. No, there's a chance here.
2, move. Here, Jamie. Goal 2.
Here's Ratchford. To hand off Moon. Moon's not being handed off at all, is he?
Move.
Hangs on and wrestles.
Goal 3.
And McDermott's looking slightly nervous at the moment as Westwood bowls it forward and offloads again. This is Griggs.
4, okay, Brett.
One of the unlucky Challenge Cup stories, Simon Griggs. Injury and illness ruling him out of 3 finals over the years. Asatazi spinning it away. It's been lost by Waterhouse, but picked up again, and Rhys Evans trying to mend the damage here.
Move. Go.
This will be the 6th, so Ratchford puts it high. Hardacre again shielding the eyes. Well, they're going to let it bounce. Never let it bounce. Picked up by Monaghan. Inside for Wood. Wants to keep it alive. Still the 6th tackle. Asatazi. Out it goes. Passes to the wrong man. And Watkins runs it away.
Well, it just went to the wrong bloke.
Yeah.
It's not the right bloke. That's not his fault. He happened to be in a position, and you just wanted one of your better half-back type, handling types to get that ball there, and they're in.
Well, you don't leave the ball bounce, as you said, Dave. The sun was in his eyes, but you knew the ball was going to bounce back towards Warrington, and that was a chance.
Here's Burrow. This is Peacock.
5. Release back.
Kylie Lulai coming back on here.
This heat must be strong. This sun must be strong, because I tell you what, there's a few people walking around there with their hands on their hips.
Here's Joel Monaghan, who collected it behind his own in-goal area, runs it out straight to another Joel. Move.
Go.
And there's the bouncing ball on a hard pitch. That gave Warrington the chance, but it didn't quite work out the way they wanted.
You need to get the ball now into your players with the quick feet. A lot of tired forwards. You just got to take them on.
Westwood.
4. Okay, go. Go.
Monaghan is behind the 40-metre mark, but he lets fly with that, and Hardacre knows that, so he has to get there. And by the skin of his teeth, keeps it in play. Really good full-back play. And what about this for a return? Already beyond the 40. Takes on Monaghan, but he's put down there. Great play. Burrow inside for Peacock. The momentum, the charge continues. Warrington have to regroup. Very nearly attacking from that kick. Instead, defending for their lives again, and Ryan Hall for the line. Never any doubt. Never any doubt. Second try of the afternoon for Ryan Hall. And Warrington, for the moment, looking out on their feet.
What a pass. We have to say they were hanging on by their fingernails, Warrington, but I think it was the pass from Rob Burrow. I'm sure it's Rob Burrow. I could be wrong. It might be Danny Maguire.
No, it was Maguire.
It was Maguire. Yeah, what a pass.
But the take from Hardacre and then the break, they were at 6s and 7s. Just watch this. The best thing about that, he reads the kick. He covers the 10 yards before the kick is made. He knew where it was going, and once he breaks through, It's very difficult for the Warrington players to get back and defend, but this is the money ball. They're all coming back. There we are, Danny Maguire, thank you very much. Easy running for Ryan Hall. What the pass!
Well, one of the features of this Warrington defence has been for their edge three people to come up and in. What I mean by that, they're trying to stop the play, stop the short pass. So Danny Maguire lifts his head and thinks, right, if you're coming in, I'll pass over the top of you. And that's a skill that not many people have, and he managed to find Ryan Hall to finish in the corner.
And that's when they should have stayed out. You know, if you're short of numbers, you can't come shooting it off the line. They had to stand their ground and push out wide.
So Kevin Sinfield with a chance to add the third here. 12-0 it stands at the moment, so it is a pretty important kick, isn't it? They're all important, but significant in terms of if he puts this over, it is a 3-score lead that Leeds almost certainly take into the half-time break. Here it comes, here it comes. Oh, and it's hit the post and bounces in. 3 out of 3 from Kevin Sinfield, and it is a 14-0 lead they have over Warrington, which in a semi-final is massive. Absolutely massive.
This is it. This is the money ball. Great vision, Danny Maguire, and that's an easy run in.
We're ticking over, boys.
Ryan Hall. And the conversions are so important.
Perfect, lads. Keep it up. Don't lose that side of the game. Time off.
It's going to be a huge test of Warrington's character in the second half now, isn't it? Can they claw their way back into this semi-final?
Well, the one saving grace for Warrington will be they cannot play as badly as they have in this half. Turnover possession, so many errors, knock-on, squandered opportunities, and Leeds have made the most out of it.
But how draining has this first 40 minutes been for them as well, Brian Noble? All the work they've done, how much does that show in the second half?
Well, they've had to defend their try line. I mean, the last 15 minutes have not been defending their try line, but it's given Leeds the opportunity to run at them in ones with their exciting players. So they've been actually more energy sapping than the goal line stuff that they've been doing. But Jiffy's quite right, they just need to clean their game up a little bit. They need to make slightly better decisions than they have been doing. But they're capable of 3 scores, they've just got to get to the right end of the field.
I think what's happening to them as well is when they're defending their own red area, in the red zone, the intensity is there. When they're in, in the opposition half, they've slacked off a little bit. The chase hasn't been good, and Hardaker has cut them to pieces.
Hold. Oh yeah.
Asatazi.
3, Jimmy.
Brings a certain burden of responsibility on his shoulders. One of the experienced front men, of course, these days in that Warrington front
4,
line.
hands, Kev. Here.
Michael Monaghan. Richie Myler. Across the line they go. Ratchford, Westwood has to turn his back and pop it on. And here now comes Bridge, trying to wrestle out of the tackle of Maguire. Maguire's grimly hanging on there.
I think they've gone wide too quickly.
Lost it, penalty. Penalty for interference.
Big 30 seconds coming up here for Warrington. Big 30 seconds.
Claimed there was an arm from Moon that caused that ball to dislodge after the tackle was completed.
This has got to go up in the air, and everyone's got to chase.
Here we go, last 8 seconds. Michael Monaghan puts it left. Myler, now it goes to Russell. Russell's got the space here. Good work by Briscoe to come across and made himself huge so that he couldn't get the pass away. And that will be it, the hooter sounds. I'm not sure the referee's heard it. We've heard it. He's only two seats away from us. So the referee has finally heard it. And that will be half-time, and it snubs out that very late Warrington ambition. But once again, it has been a Hall of Fame performance from their mighty winger that has given Leeds the advantage here. 14-0, they lead at half-time. Ryan Hall with a brace. And plenty of questions to be asked about Warrington. Can they get themselves back on the Wembley way?
Rob, was that a near perfect first 40?
Yeah, it was good. We don't need to start big against a class team like Warrington. So far so good. We're not getting carried away. We've got another big 40 to do yet, though.
How do you make sure the Wolves don't get back in this?
We've got to keep that intensity up and not take us off the gas for a minute.
You're going to have to take on some fluids as well at half-time in this, aren't you?
Absolutely. It's very intense, very hot, but we'll do the right things.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, George.
Well, what a half that was. Let's have a look at the first half statistics, because they pretty much tell a tale, don't they? If you look down that, Dennis, I mean, obviously possession and territory dominated by Leeds, but when you look at that completion rate, what do you make of that?
I think you see the completion rate. It's how Warrington play. They usually got a better completion rate than 5%, but they do chance around, they do push the ball, and they don't really think that completion rate is something that's that important to them. It's obviously going to tell apart on your energy, the sun, and where they're going. You look at the tackle success. Both sides are working really hard defensively, and one side's got to work a little bit harder than the other, and that's leading to breaks. Zach Hardy from the back line, Rob Boyle though starting to sneak through, Danny Maguire just getting his nose through the line. Towards the end of the half, you saw fatigue coming in, and that fatigue is because you've had to defend a lot of sets.
What stood out for you just overall when you look at the half overall?
For me personally, it's Leeds' discipline towards the game. They have a game plan where they're trying to control the game, start possession as much as they can from the Warrington side, and they just keep looking after that side of it. They're not trying to win the game within the first half. They're not trying to score off every set. They're kicking to corners, working hard, great line speed, and I've been really impressed. They're playing semi-final rugby for me.
Were you surprised though that the errors very early on from Warrington seemed to set the tone a little bit for their half?
Yeah, they want to attack and they want to throw the ball around, and sometimes I think you've got to earn that right to be able to do it. On these occasions, it's just not ideal. They're running into each other, and these are mistakes that are fundamental to the game. You can't do this, and this is one of the worst ways to start a game, kicking out on the full, and that's just disappointing. It's almost a lack of concentration as much as anything else, and I'm sure that if Dennis was in the crowd, he'd be absolutely spewing as a coach.
Is that one of those things Tony will be infuriated with?
Yeah, they're not good. You don't practice like that, and that's just nerves. It's about composure. Like I say, kicking the ball out on the full, kicking the ball into the back of somebody, running into a player. Those are nerves. Those are composure things. Those are things that you just don't want to see from your team, because it shows that you're just a little bit off in your head. This game's a long way from over. I tell you that Warrington have got the ability to score a lot of points. They defended really well in that first half. If they can get their energy back in the sense, Tony gets to them, calms them down, gets the composure right, and they start controlling a little bit more ball, they will score tries.
It took Leeds a little while, didn't it, though, to start to take advantage of those mistakes? It took them a little while to get into their stride.
Yeah, they got really close on a couple of occasions, but sometimes that's all it takes, and it's Ablett and Jamie Jones-Buchanan on this occasion gets over the line, can't quite do enough to put the ball down, but they're putting themselves in this position because they're keeping hold of the ball. They've got the territory in this game so far, and every time they're getting into the position, they look a threat, and that's the scary thing about Leeds, especially when they're playing in a semi-final. They're causing threats all over and opportunities.
And when they did, it was that man Ryan Hall, wasn't it? I mean, he's come up with a good so often for them.
Oh, it's a great kick. They've asked a couple of questions. They've got a few repeat sets. They've just put a lot of pressure on the Warrington line. But it takes a fantastic try. It takes a fantastic score.
Yeah, too, Danny Maguire here, he actually shows a little dummy. Because they've been kicking into corners early doors, he shows a little dummy that keeps Joe Monaghan in the pocket at the back. Chris Bridge is attracted to the attacker, and then it's just a one-on-one try there. It's one-on-one. Ryan Hall, he always wins these battles. He's such a great finisher. The second try is just a great bit of skill again. Danny Maguire skips on a little overs line, and he knows where to pass the ball. Two outside defenders, they come in, they're wedging, and it's not right. He finds himself in acres of space, and he'll take them all day.
Zach Hardacre, he's had a great season, bit of disciplinary issues in there, but this has been classic from him, hasn't it?
This is late on in the game as well. This is where he finds those big men that have had to do lots of work. They've only used 3 subs in the first half, so he's got plenty of energy still left on his bench in the second half. But now you're seeing things from Zach. You're seeing little line breaks, you're seeing footwork from the Danny Maguires, you're seeing footwork. And I said, the footwork then, that wasn't scored on that play. It was scored 2 plays before. And the quick play the ball, getting him on the roll, pulling him out of position. Danny Maguire just got great vision. And let me tell you, Ryan Hall is a world-class winger. That first try he scored, there's not many wingers in the world can score that try. But it's been a good first half.
So if you're Brian McDermott, what are you saying to your side at the moment?
I think Rob Burrows said as he left, he's just tidying up, he's telling them that the intensity is good, we need to stay composed. He's got his leaders on his side. We need to play field position, and he's probably telling them that this is a long way from over. We have to be able to stay at that kind of intensity for the first 15-20 minutes of the second half. We have to take it Warrington's energy, because they're not going to lie down. They're going to come back pretty strong.
We talked beforehand about the kicking game and how crucial that was going to be, and you talked about Leeds' discipline. Their kicking game has been disciplined, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think the way that they've controlled the game has been really impressive, and this is what zapped the energy out of the Warrington side. The little kicks that they're putting in, Danny Maguire, and he's got 3 outside chasers there, all going to sprint onto the ball, into that space, and they keep tackling them over the line. That means the forwards have to double up on their tackles again, another set of 6, and as a prop forward like myself, it is the worst feeling in the world, knowing you've got to get back behind your own line. But they use this to their advantage. They gain momentum. They don't score the points early doors. They do it later on in the game when the opposition is tired.
Is that the thing? It's energy sapping for Warrington, that kind of thing?
No. They made the best possible start. Warrington make an error from the start. What Kevin Sinfield does, which is really smart, good coaching, is he takes points early. He gets the scoreboard on his side. Then they make a mistake from the kick-off. Then they get field position back again, and then just keep laying pressure. They can put the kick in behind, look to go again, put the kick in behind, stay there, take the energy of Warrington. And when you've got Ryan Hall, you've got Zach Hyde, on the other side you've got Tom Briscoe, you're going to get some tries from somewhere.
We talked beforehand about Jamie Peacock and Chris Hill as their head-to-head. How have you seen the two of them go, Dennis?
I think, well, at the moment you can't go look at Jamie Peacock. He's played 40 minutes, Jamie Peacock, in a modern era. To be as old as Jamie is as well and as great he is, and play 40 minutes in a Challenge Cup semi-final is a fantastic testament to his ability, his fitness, and how important he is to Leeds. Jamie always says to me, he said, if I don't need to come off, I'm not coming off. And it's a great testament to him.
And you can look at the carries there, 14 to 4. It's immense.
Well, that makes all the difference in the game. We say that Leeds have controlled it. Chris Hill never only has 4 carries, he's their lead man. He will march them forward and get quick play of the ball, and he hasn't had the opportunity to do that because of the territory. They haven't had the ball, the errors that they've made, they've just been totally out of the game. They've got to fix that quickly.
So if you're Tony Smith, Dennis, what are you saying now?
Oh, well, you'd be a little bit animated, but you've got to stay calm, you've got to get the lads back on focus. Understand that if we can keep hold of some ball, we can score some points. Defensively, I think they've been really good. It's like say everybody's making the tackles, they're working really hard. It's just that they've had to work that much harder than Leeds have had to work, and there's going to be energy sapped out of you. And you saw the tries at the end; they didn't come from one, like a concerted amount of effort. They came from a couple of errors on the back of being fatigued.
So who's going to be the key players, you think, for Warrington if they're going to get back into this?
I'll be honest with you, I think the key player is everybody really, because it's everyone who's contributing to these errors which is making the difference for me. If they can control the ball and keep hold of it and make the right decisions at the right time, as Leeds are doing by playing semi-final rugby instead of just trying to score off every opportunity, I think that they'll get themselves back into it. They've got the ability, they've got the players.
Well, tomorrow, of course, it is Dennis's Widnes against Castleford, who produced probably the shock of the competition so far when they beat Wigan at Wigan.
The last time Wigan lost a Challenge Cup tie at home was in 1986, and it was Castleford who did the damage. Can the Yorkshire side repeat that feat today against the cup holders?
That's one of the toughest ones I've seen.
Into the corner goes James Clare. Farrell off the flat pass. Farrell reaches! And Leicester in full flight. What about that pass? Cut Dixon is in. Oh my word! Leeds with a try that confirms Castleford a place in the semi-finals.
They have had a fantastic season, haven't they, Castleford? You know you are in for quite a battle.
I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's what the semi-finals need. We need two teams that are pretty evenly matched. I know they've got the wood over this year a couple of times, but both have been really good games. We're in good shape at the moment. We've got a pretty strong squad to select from. Everybody's really keen. We've got some good form coming into it. A good win against Warrington at home. A good win last week against Okayar. And the lads are excited. So we're pretty positive about ourselves as well. We know that Castleford have had a great year. They've won some great games. The win against Wigan at Wigan was fantastic.
I know you will concentrate on yourselves, but they have a couple of key players missing thanks to the judiciary, Wella Haraki and Justin Carney. I mean, that must have made you smile a little bit, didn't it?
I can't really comment. I can't. I have to control what I can control. And always, you feel for Dowell in situations because it's not been able to pick his best side. A couple of injuries, and Justin being pulled up before the judiciary and having a record.
If he was your player, you'd have given him a blast after that.
I don't think it was that bad. To tell you the truth, I don't think he follows through with it. But that's not my call. I don't think it's down to me. So I'm sitting on the fence a little bit with this. I have to control shit out myself. I think Daryl's got a fantastic squad to be able to select from, and he's got a lot of players that are very keen. Justin didn't play in the semi-final against Wigan either, so it's not got a bad selection problem there.
You were looking at that, though, going, I mean, they had the game won. It will be a frustration, that, won't it?
Yeah, it's one of those where you don't expect that kind of to happen in the game. Well, things that have happened in the past recently have kind of affected the decisions judiciary-wise on those sort of tackles, and it's going to be disappointing, but nevertheless, it makes no difference to me. It's going to be a fantastic game. Two teams that like to throw the ball around yet again, and they work so hard for each other. I think that's the big thing that impresses me.
There must be huge excitement as well for both of your sides. The chance of getting to Wembley is immense, isn't it?
When you look at where we've come from, we're 7 years out of Super League, we're building and progressing towards this kind of atmosphere, this kind of expectation within the town. The town's buzzing. It's great because it's a massive rugby league town. The club means a lot to the people in the town, and then to get back there, like I said, they were the Cup Kings, 70s and 80s. It was Widnes all the way. They were winning the Challenge Cup for fun. When I speak to Andy Gregory quite regularly, like he'd like to tell you how many times he's won and how many times he's been there, and Widnes played a massive part in that.
And we've talked about these two teams. They've got huge experience in there of winning trophies, of getting to finals. For yourself and for Daryl, there's the odd player who's had that experience, but I guess it's a completely different build-up for you, though.
It is, but you're dealing with that different expectation. It's that the players have enjoyed it this week. They've enjoyed a little bit more media attention, the expectation of actually going to a big game. We're going to have a sellout crowd. Leeds Sports Village, we're looking at every ticket sold. There's going to be 12,000 people there. It's going to feel like there's 100,000 people there. It's a fantastic stadium. It's going to generate a great atmosphere. And if you've ever been to a Widnes game, or you came to the Magic weekend, the Widnes fans are fantastic. They make the place rock. They're going to be really vocal tomorrow. They're going to really get behind the team, and it's going to be a great semi-final between two good sides.
It should be a good shout-out because the Castleford fans, they can make a bit of noise as well.
They're pretty special as well when you go to Castleford, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, of course, you can watch it with us. We will be on BBC 2. We go on air at 2:30. It should be an absolute belter. So back to this one, Earl. What do you think? I mean, we would expect Warrington to come out all guns blazing, won't we, in this first 15 minutes or so?
I'd expect Warrington to improve massively. They can't be much worse than what they have been, but it's also the completion rate as well. I think they'll control the ball a little bit more. They'll still throw it around and enjoy themselves. They've got nothing to lose, as it were, because they're that far behind. Now they can start enjoying themselves playing the rugby that they like to play. Now Leeds, they'll be disciplined the same. Kicking into corners, I'd expect to see exactly the same. Start from them, line speed, and work hard for each other. That's what they rely on.
It has been absolutely fantastic atmosphere. They're looking a bit worried, though, those Warrington fans, aren't they?
I don't think they should be. I think it's, like I say, there's a long way to go in this game. You look at the stats and you see how much territory and how much possession Leeds have had. Warrington are going to get a share of that in the second half. Leeds will be talking about, through Maguire, through Kevin Sinfield, about controlling the ball, control the tempo of the game. Tony will be saying to his players, let's not play the scoreboard, let's go out there and just play our game. What will be, but we need some field position and we need some ball.
At the beginning of the season, Leeds' defence was so mean, wasn't it? That is probably, I guess, going to be the key for them, is to just keep Warrington at bay.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it, but sometimes that can bite you in the backside as well, because when you're only concentrating on defending, then you forget about the attacking side and putting yourselves in a position where you can defend. You still want to put the ball on their line, get your line speed, that intensity which Rob Burrows talked about at half-time, and use that to your advantage. If that drops off, Warrington will sense that and they will take advantage of that themselves.
Just quite interesting seeing Michael Monaghan out there, the Warrington players coming out first, him giving the pep talk out there.
Hey, he's just trying to motivate him again. This is massive, this is 40 minutes, this is the biggest game of the year. Where do you want to be at the end of this? Do you want to be happy, or do you want to feel disappointed in your personal performance? I think we'll see a big increase in that, and I think reiterating what Earl said, you can't forget to play. You can't just go out and play one side of the game. Both these sides, they only know how to defend, they know how to attack. The team that plays the best in the second half, I think, will win. I think the second half is key to the winner.
Well, let's hand you back to our commentary team of Jonathan Davis, Brian Noble and Dave Woods.
Thanks, Tanya. Well, how do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Leeds leading by 14 points to 0 at half-time. 40 minutes to settle it. He seems a very happy man, doesn't he, at the moment, Brian McDermott?
We're just waiting, Stephen.
His side are doing what they need to do so far in this game.
Yeah, I think 14 points is a big lead to give to such a quality side, but Warrington are capable of scoring a lot of points. I think Leeds will score as well, so they need to start well. Brian?
Yeah, our commentary team probably nailed it in the studio there. There's the presumption that Warrington will be better, and there isn't. They've got to make sure that they are. They've got to make better decisions than they've been making in the first half, and a little bit clearer outcomes for their processes. Leeds will want to do more of the same because it's been successful for them, and there's a presumption that they're going to do that. Warrington have to do something about that as well.
Here's Ablett.
Tell you what, if you're Brian McDermott, you just go in, we score first, that's it.
8 and out of dummy half. By the way, here's a stat for you. Jamie Peacock has played every minute of this game so far in an era when we expect forwards, front row forwards to come and go. He's played every single minute of the game. 21 tackles, 16 carries so far, and 2 offloads as well to boot. So what a stint he's putting in. Hope he's not too tired to join us tomorrow for that Castleford Witness game. Here's Rhys Evans with a run back, and he's going to be stopped short of the 20. So let's hear what was said in the dressing rooms at half-time. Here's George Riley.
Very simple message at half-time from the Leeds Rhinos head coach Brian McDermott. Keep going as we are, keep completing, keep them down there, work hard on the kick chase. Tony Smith a little bit concerned by Warrington's handling. Give ourselves a chance, he has told his players. Don't panic, settle down, complete the sets better, and crucially, he's told his players they are not out of this yet.
And they're not, are they? They know it can go in the blink of an eye. But they have to start scoring, and here's Rhys Evans. He's got 3 in support, inside for Atkins. Ablett was back there to make a terrific tackle. Sinfield mops things up, and suddenly Leeds are going the other way.
That's fantastic work by Ablett to stop that try. His chase back was incredible, and they've blown it once again. Ablett makes a tackle. Why throw the ball? Why throw that ball?
Well, Ablett's remain hurt, but my word, how big was his heart then?
I think his lungs are hurt, Dave. I think he exploded himself getting there, and he's landed on something that probably he's winded himself, but these are the situations and the times that win your semi-finals.
Yeah, they had a 4-on-1 there.
Here's 8 out of dummy half. Joel Moon making a burst.
Move!
Warrington hanging on again.
Well done.
Bridge, the man who made the tackle. It's Maguire who kicks it away. Where's this one bouncing all the way out of play?
Jonathan makes a really good point. The opportunities that Warrington had there, they had to take and they had to execute because of the deficit on the scoreboard. Because the downside of that is that Leeds can come the other end and put a point on, and which makes it even harder. So they've got to get close and increase the pressure on Leeds, because Leeds are a team that can score something out of nothing as well.
Yeah.
Still one.
Myler back on the inside, and Asataza looking for a way through.
2! Move, Jamie! Go.
Here's Myler. Ratchford. Footwork. Has beaten a couple of defenders. It's there again to help out with the defending. Peacock with another tackle right up to his name. Myler spins it across.
No, it's okay.
Atkins holding that ball free.
Move!
Can't get the pass away.
Go,
so here's Rhys Evans to have a go. Angle run from him. Leeds having to recover the situation. Good position here for Warrington. Can they take advantage? Final tackle. Myler with a kick towards that far side. Ryan Hall was there, but so too was Joel Monaghan, who gets the pass away to Chris Bridge to score the try. And Warrington, just what they needed right at the start of this second half. The semi-final is on fire again, and Brian Noble's taking all the credit.
Well, that's the first time they've done that. They've got themselves the right part of the field. They're giving the ball to Richie Myler. This bloke jumps for fun. Jonathan said at the start of the commentary, we said on the sideline, kick for Monaghan, challenge Ryan. Ryan Hall's no slouch or no, he can jump himself, but you'll back that guy every day of the week. And then Chris Bridge loops around and gets Warrington back into this game, and with an element of more control. We've seen better decisions from Warrington at the start of this second half. That's why they're back in the game.
I remember a coach telling me once, if you're going to kick where you can compete for the ball, and that's what they've done. Monaghan is brilliant in here. Look at the timing. He's got he's got the lead on Ryan Hall because he's running at it with a running jump. It's very, very difficult to defend.
Who was that coach? Dougie Lawton?
No.
Time off.
Go on then, who was it?
John Bevan.
John Bevan?
Not the John Bevan.
Not the Warrington John Bevan?
No, not the Warrington John Bevan. John Bevan from Port Albert. Very early in my career.
Well, he was right. Here comes Bridge with a kick. 5 yards in from the touchline. We've seen Kevin Sinfield nail them from here. Bridge is pretty good as well. Different style, different technique, but he's hit the post and it's bounced out. And in these moments, great deeds are sometimes decided. Sometimes they go past unnoticed. But
what were we talking about on minute 1? About a goal kick?
You're doing the right things, boys. It's good.
4 points for Warrington, 14 for Leeds. Nice shot of another Welshman there. Rhys Evans keeping up the Welsh theme.
First, move! Oh, Paul, go, mate.
Warrington looking to build on what they've just given themselves, a platform to get themselves back into this game. Okay, now it's only 2 scores they find themselves behind.
Third, move, Kylan! Wait, goal 3.
Monaghan picks up Atkins
Straight up, Kylan.
From
4.
dummy half.
Move! Go.
Here's Monaghan. This is Myler. Paul Wood again, just trying to push himself into that Leeds line.
5, Jamie, hands! Good, mate, go.
Myler.
Outside.
Behind the halfway line when he lets that go, and this kick looks well judged. This kick looks absolutely perfect. Briscoe's got a job on here to run it back, and he is smashed. And I think it was Waterhouse, wasn't it? I think he's feeling the effects as much as the Leeds man there.
I think he is.
But here come Leeds having to work it from deep. That was a super kick, and now it's Leeds' job. Look at this, bang! Oof, there was a clash of heads there, wasn't there? But Leeds are finding it tough now, just for the moment. Burrow kicking early.
Good play by Burrow.
On the 5th tackle, Joel Monaghan goes streaking back there.
That's a great kick.
Great kick.
Chase is pretty good as well.
Look at that.
It's a curtain of blue and amber, isn't it? Some physicality about this game at the moment.
But that's, where a clever footballer comes in. Burrow, he realised the intensity of the Warrington Wolves defence. He just takes a sting out of it by releasing with a big kick.
Benny Westwood.
Release, Jamie. Goal 3.
Fancy a shift play here to Warrington.
Here's Myler stepping back on the inside. It was a reaching, grasping tackle from Sinfield. And he had to make that, didn't he? Warrington trying to buy themselves a little bit of space here. They're on the 6th tackle. Play on. Michael Monaghan wanted a penalty there. The referee says play on. So he's going to run at Delaney, fancying that he was not square at the marker. Monaghan's furious here because he felt he should have had a penalty on 2 counts.
Back up here, mate. Ready? Let's go.
And Michael Monaghan's trying to referee this.
Yeah, the referee's ignoring him.
First.
Because he might have had a point there, Michael Monaghan.
And hold, mate. Goal 1.
Here's Burrow. Sinfield. Ooh, Maguire, I was going to say, did well to hold on, but in fact he didn't.
I tell you what, they look very tired, very lethargic at the start of the second half. Leeds, as if they expected Warrington to come out.
Don't think so, Mike.
The one thing you can't do is stop playing. You have to keep on playing.
I think it's as much about Warrington as it is about Leeds, Jiffy. I think they're more vigorous, their decisions are better, their passes are better, they're giving themselves a chance, they've had some field position. All the things they didn't have in the first half, Leeds are having to find answers for.
Heads in. Out.
Richard with a feed. And it goes to Bridge.
First, move, Danny.
Ryan Bailey's on the field for the first time today. Does that mean Jamie Peacock's gone off? Does it? Heck, he's over there. He's still going, Jamie Peacock. There he is. Unbelievable.
2, move. Go.
He's not got many semi-finals left, has he, by his own admission? He retires next year, Jamie Peacock. So he wants to savour every moment here. Here's Myler.
Go.
This is Waterhouse. Having recovered from that earlier head knock and carrying it in and offering the threat of the offload, but Leeds defenders swallowing that ball back into his body.
Go for. Hands, Kev.
Asataza.
5.
Forward strong. 5 gone. Here comes the last. Mickey Hyam bending his back. Myler again puts it high. Here's another battle in the air. Monaghan can't get there. Burrow got there, but he's still knocked it back. Picked up by Russell. Throws the ball over the top. Hopefully.
Knock on. Play the first one.
And again, the high kick.
Warrington's heading forward.
Yeah, it's clear knock on from Ryan Hall here. And I suppose if Ben Westwood could find anybody in a white shirt there, it's the score, but he can't.
That was a free play, that's why Westwood threw the ball.
Pendulum swinging. How far across does it go?
That's your goal line, Leeds on defence, yeah?
Warrington with an ideal opportunity here. 10 minutes of the second half played. Ratchford puts it in. And it comes to Myler. It's with Bridge with a step. The Irish international is going to be put down right there. But 5 tackles to really hammer this Leeds line here now. Myler back it goes. Atkins trying to get the arm free but can't.
Release. Stay back.
Still tackles in the bag. Mickey Hyam. Myler.
Great play, Peacock.
Jamie Peacock reading it. Out he goes. Mickey Hyam again, ranging to his left. Leeds defenders are hanging on. Delaney holding on to his shorts.
Move!
Till the reinforcements arrive. Myler putting the kick in. Bounces off a Leeds boot. Miscommunication. Picked up by Watkins. He can damage any defence. So it's just as well that Rhys Evans got back to make the tackle. It was early in the tackle count to go for that.
Yeah.
2.
Bailey.
Move.
Beware the counter punch, Warrington.
Go 2.
Briscoe.
3rd. Release. Go.
Clearing their lines effectively here, Leeds. They're already up to the halfway line. Ablett dumbing it to Maguire, twisting round, still going. Good carry from Carl Ablett.
And wait.
A lot of work, doesn't he, Ablett?
Peacock again. Another carry forward. And the offload.
Great
Here
offload.
comes Burrow. Burrow dashing into the little pocket of a gap. Sinfield now in support again.
5. Move.
5 gone and Leeds are 10 out. They've got the length of the field here. Maguire to Moon. Warrington's defence found static. And Joel Moon lifting Leeds' hopes higher again with a try that reintroduces that comfort zone. Leeds have counterpunched very, very effectively.
Yeah, I knew they were short on the right-hand side. Leeds attacked it from the play of the ball. I'm not sure what happened to Chris Bridge here. I just think he reads the wrong play. This is the offload, and again, look who's there, Burrow. Wrong read by Bridge, and that's a simple running from Joel Moon.
Yeah, he held his with Joel Moon and made sure they were attacking spaces, and Maguire just had to find the right pass, didn't he? Chris Bridge has had the wrong read and he's come in when probably should have stayed out and handled Moon. He needed to look up a little bit there, but that's that end-to-end situation you've got. If you don't quite complete or finish at the right end of the field, this team in blue and yellow are too good. They're going to come down and punish you.
Sinfield's kicking today has been absolutely perfect so far. Sinfield hooking it towards glory, but wide.
Well done, boys.
So 18 points to 4 in Leeds' favour, that 3-score difference. Joel Moon, the score of Leeds' 3rd try of the afternoon.
You clearly see here, white shirt, see Chris Bridge there, really exemplifies that quite clearly on our screen. He goes in. He goes in towards the ball, and it makes the pass from Maguire a simple one to Moon.
All that has just trickled through the legs of everyone. Past Zach Hardacre, there were two more behind. Peacock and Briscoe, who couldn't lay a hand on it. So from the kick-off, Warrington should get the ball back here, all things being equal.
Someone's got to catch
Time
that.
off.
No communication.
It was like the Chuckle brothers. To me, to you.
Okay, Kev, let's move it along.
However, I wouldn't dare call either of those two great players Chuckle brothers.
That's good to say. Jamie Peacock, by the way, 30 tackles, 17 carries, 3 offloads. And still he's out there. 18 points to 4. Leeds
First,
lead.
Move, Jamie. Hold, mate. Hold, Ryan. Go one.
Westwood.
Good carry.
Second. Move, Jamie.
It's a crucial period of the game here for Warrington, isn't it? Well, for both sides.
Go two, yep. Two.
Warrington needing to score to get themselves back up, get their heads back up again. As they were just a short while ago.
You roll,
Here's
Chris,
Mickey
you
Hyam.
roll.
This is Richie Myler. Waterhouse now carries it in. Sinfield with a rattling tackle which has forced the knock on. No, it was a steal.
Yeah.
It was a ball steal.
It's like they kept Waterhouse quiet, haven't they? He's a very dangerous runner.
I think they hit him around the head then.
Yeah.
High shot. Hill with a drive. Warrington. Excellent position.
Hold. Go one.
Mickey Hyam dancing to the left. It's taken on by Simon Griggs.
2. Release, Callum.
Look how close they are.
2. Go.
4 to go. Myler. Step by Bridge.
Third.
I think they switched positions now. Bridge has gone to stand up. Rochford's gone centre.
Russell with a pass and Hill. Well, he's over the line. Can he get it down? Can he put that ball down? I don't think he can. Well, the referee was a lot closer and he's not sure. So we're going to go to the video referee here. Second time today. Let's hear from Ben Thaler, our video referee.
Okay, so we're looking to see if the ball is grounded to start with. Happy with all that. So we're looking to see if it grounds the ball or if it's lost. Well, it looks it's lost, but it's how the ball comes out. If it's stolen,
That's it, man.
or he loses it. On that point, it just looks like there's no hands on the ball on that one. It just looks like the ball's lost. You can't see if there is a steal. Now, does Maguire have his hands on the ball? You can't see that at that point. You just see the ball come down. Can we just have a look at this angle, please? There's no hands on the ball at that point. No. And he's got his hand on the ball as Chris Hill. And you can't see there if there is a steal. So, on that evidence, then we've got to go with a knock-on over the line. So it's going to be no try, 20-metre restart.
Well, we heard it loud and clear. No try. Here comes the decision. Warrington fans not happy, but their reaction suggests they were expecting that decision anyway.
20 metres
So no try. It remains at 18 points to 4. Jiffy, you'd have given that, wouldn't you? Well, you'd have given a penalty anyway.
I'm not sure. It's it's a tough call. It's very difficult for any video ref to call that. But the thing is, I think it's great defence by the Leeds Rhinos. I thought he was over Hill.
Goal. That's
fantastic
good, Chris,
defence.
Here comes Peacock.
Second. Release. Square, boys.
Burrow.
Goal.
Waiting
2.
behind his heels again. Bailey, he's one of the cohort players, isn't he? Ryan Bailey, when
Release.
Leeds won the grand
Square
final in
ball.
2004.
Goal
Tony
3.
Smith, of course, was the coach of Leeds in those days. He's coaching against them today. But that was the watershed moment of this particular Leeds generation, winning the grand final. First championship in 32 years. Sinfield, Maguire, Bailey, Burrow, Jamie Jones Buchanan, all played that day. And all still very much involved today as well. Sinfield's kick downfield. He's going to bounce awkwardly. Russell picks it up. Jones Buchanan and Maguire there to make the tackle with the help of Bailey. Those 5 players, by the way, have 1,855 appearances between them over the years. But they've not won a Challenge Cup final. That's the bugbear. Here
Great tackle.
Comes Griggs.
What the tackle is by Peacock.
Goal 3. 4. Ryan. Go well back, Carl.
Got to go wide then.
Here's Hill. Good carry.
Hold. Move.
Jamie Peacock's just gone off the field, by the way. He's replaced by Ian Kirk. There's the kick. Hardacre just watches it dead. Cool play from the fullback. Tap back on the 20. Referee's making sure everybody's aligned and ready. Here's Ryan Hall.
He is like an extra forward, isn't he? It's so difficult to take down. What a respite, you know, for the forwards when he takes it in.
Now, is he Robbie Coltrane or the freight train?
Two.
He's big, I know that, and he's hard to stop, and his legs keep going and like jackhammers.
There's Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Third. Okay, Chris.
Burrow's got time to look around. Doesn't want time to look around, wants to get on with it. Here's Sinfield drilling it. They're just looking to play this out now, Leeds, aren't they? Not exactly grind it out, but play it out. Do it in the professional way from here on in.
Got one.
Mickey Hyam. It's up to Warrington to get themselves back in.
Go.
Red button forum coming up later, of course. Hashtag BBCRL at BBC Sport, or join us on Facebook. It follows this programme at 4:30. And don't forget tomorrow. My word, how good is tomorrow's semi-final going to be? Widnes against Castleford. This might still have a sting in the tail as well, because that's another set of 6 here for Warrington. And there's still 22 minutes left to play.
Well, I think Joe Moon took a punt on the intercept there, and it worked out for Warrington.
Go one.
Hyam.
Nah, it's okay.
Bridge.
Yeah.
I just think they're a little bit flat at the moment. They've got to hold their depth a little bit if they're going wide.
Harrison.
3, hands down it.
Matchford.
Goal 3.
He's the man at dummy half who's going to have a little dabble himself here and carries it to within 10. And there's a couple of tackles to go, so Warrington have opportunities. It's back with Bridge. Bridge throws it behind Myler. It's not the way they wanted to do it, but they've got it out to Atkins, and they've got another set of 6 because it took a Leeds touch as well. And Atkins is very close to getting there. Atkins is still pushing. Just held up, but there are 6 tackles to go. This is Warrington's moment. If they're going to get back into this semi-final, it's here and now. Here's Bridge. Offering it to Westwood. Westwood with the offload. Westwood! Bridge in! I'm not sure. He's not sure.
He's right there, though. The referee is right there.
Looks okay from Ben Westwood. Just make sure.
But we're going to have to go to the video referee. And we're going to hear again from Ben Thaler.
So we're just going to the grounding.
Did you hear the Ben Westwood bit?
So we'll go to the offload. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, we'll go back to the offload first. Make sure the ball the tackle's not completed. Okay, that's fine. The ball arm is up, offloaded backwards. That's fine. So we're just going now to Ratchford to see if he grounds the ball. Still got it in his possession there. Can we just have another look from another angle on the side, please? Looks like that arm is on top of the ball, which is fine. That's fine, that's back. So now we're having to look now. We can slow it right down. Now that, to me, looks like that's a try. Phil, I'm happy with that, that's a try.
Here comes the decision. We know the decision. It's about to be relayed to the rest of the ground here. And the Warrington fans are suddenly up and celebrating because this semi-final isn't done yet. Warrington with a try they desperately needed. And it is game on just about again here.
Well, they went to their big players, didn't they? Westwood with a brilliant offload. Anybody else goes to ground there, he finds somebody, but he has to have Ratchford in support, who steps off his right foot and finishes the play. Bridge with the half break, they looked really threatening. The twice they've been in Leeds' 20 on attacking situations, they've scored.
It's a great angle over Westwood, isn't it? Great angle, great offload.
Chris Bridge. The goal kick here, which just chips away at that Leeds lead. Should it go over? It should go over from this position. Second of the day. First one hit the post, of course. Here he comes. And he has successfully completed the task at hand. 10 for Warrington, 18 for Leeds, and there's a very different complexion about this game now.
There's the quick play of the ball. Half a break, lovely late ball by Bridge. Great offload, it's good support play.
Time off.
Lovely ball.
Fantastic by Westwood, wasn't it? Really was. It's a fabulous player. George Riley, what news on the touchline?
I just had a wander down to the benches, Dave. Just as that try was scored, I was standing alongside Jamie Peacock, battered and a bit bloodied as well. And they were just all on their feet, the 4 Leeds subs, the 4 Warrington subs. No one wanted to sit down. Immediately they thought, well, that's no try. They saw the first replay. The Leeds players sat down and thought, boy, we have a game here.
Second, okay, Joel.
There's Harrison with a charge. Warrington with a wind in their sails again here. 8 points the difference. It is still a 2-score game. There is still an element of comfort in the scoreline from Leeds' point of view. But Warrington are edging closer, and self-belief is probably returning here.
Hold, go 4, well done, 4.
Here's Monaghan having a go.
5, hands, Callum.
6 tackle coming up.
Wait.
Warrington will be looking for a very decent finish here. And it goes to Bridge with a kick betwixt and between full-back and winger. Hardacre lets it bounce out of play, tap on the 20. So Robbie Hunter, Paul, what are you thinking down on the touchline?
Well, we're just looking at Leeds at the moment, and they are trying to focus on closing out this game. There's less than 20 minutes to go. They're 8 points up. They know all they need to do is make sure they finish their sets. But one important aspect that they can't let go of, that they've had for the opening 60 minutes of this game, has been their intensity. And that's what they're going to need to do, because these final 20 minutes of this game, from Warrington's point of view, they're going to throw absolutely everything at it.
Boiling up nicely. Here's Sutcliffe.
Release, Ben.
One from the bench.
Wait for it. Go 3.
Burrow.
They can't,
Sinfield.
like we said this before.
Obstruction.
Just past it.
Is that not obstruction? It was in the first half. Warrington have got it anyway with a ball steal by Ben Harrison. And here comes Ratchford.
The one thing Leeds can't, like we said earlier, they can't stop playing. They cannot stop playing. They've got to play.
Here's Paul Wood. Not sure what he was going to do with it then, and just decides to put the head down and run. Good thinking, Paul. Here's Michael Monaghan. Hill. Clattering challenge coming in from Kirk, but Hill still carries. Down on his knees, so again it's... Oh, he's knocked on. He's knocked on. He had a little look at the referee, which gave it away, didn't it? And it is going to be Leeds who get it back. 1 big minute is what Michael Monaghan is asking for here from his side. Defend for 1 big minute.
Had it confirmed there as
It's
well.
a clear knock-on.
Yep, big knock on that is. Big knock on from the steal as well.
And he gave himself up, didn't he?
He did, you should have just played on. Just get your foot to it.
Wait for it, Danny. Okay,
11
mate.
Warrington errors to Leeds' 5.
1. Release.
That's Hall.
Hold, mate. Hold. Go, yeah. Come on.
Here's Burrow. Sutcliffe.
2. Move.
Warrington, second half,
Wait, boys.
63%
Goal 2.
possession and 71% territory. It's like a mirror image of the first half, isn't it?
Yeah.
3rd. Release.
Except for the errors.
Goal.
That's the one standard point.
Here's Briscoe.
4.
And the fact
Hands
that Leeds
release.
have scored a try as well, of
Go,
course,
that's okay.
despite being under the cosh. Maguire away. Bailey running it in. Well met by Warrington.
5. Okay, Chris.
Last is the next, so Burrow will be looking to get the kick. Oh, that's good pressure from Ratchford. Leeds are untangling a little here. Hardacre has to try and recover this situation on the 6th tackle.
That's a strange kick.
Kicks high.
He's a kicker. He's
Evans
a kicker.
underneath it. And Warrington will start, as a result, much further downfield. Because of that pressure they put on that Leeds line.
Good pressure.
Go.
Those little things make such a big difference.
Joe Monaghan.
2nd. Okay, Danny. Hold. Goal 2.
Ratchford stands and waits, spins it back to the middle to Bridge, who's had much more influence, hasn't he, in this second period with his move to the middle of the park.
3.
That's
Jamie.
a great point you make, Dave. I think he's made a huge difference to the Warrington team.
It's carried, it's lost.
Play on.
Referee says play on. Ablett picks it up.
Move it.
Was that Monaghan who was knocked out? I think Monaghan's lost the ball because he temporarily lost consciousness. It is a tough game.
Sorry, mate, I didn't see it. Good reaction, Cal, thanks.
I just lost it, I think. It just came down awkwardly.
Head injury.
It's a clash of heads, I think.
What's that, mate? Right on it.
Clash of heads with Sutcliffe.
Yeah, 0.
He's just held it up for a minute. It will be Leeds' possession though once the game starts again. He'll simply carry on. Monaghan's been in the wars a couple of times now in this game. Again, they have to be careful. There's a lot of machismo about, isn't there? Head injury, play on. And you have to take these things seriously. Growing concern in the game.
It is, and if you, I remember reading an article on Shontain Happy. You know, just extraordinary. Just got to be so careful because players' health and safety is priority.
Here's Watkins.
2, release!
Callum Watkins plays to Burrow. Burrow looks inside for Sinfield. Sinfield deep and out to Maguire, and back comes Hardacre from the full-back position. Ratchford's grasping at him. Hardacre pushes him away. More Warrington defenders are there.
Yeah, I think
Sinfield's down injured now.
Interesting to see what happens here.
And it looks like it might have been a clash of heads here. Let's have a look at this. That's the pass away. And then, there's a bit of whiplash, really, isn't it? Wasn't too late, though, was it? Was he fair to make that challenge? Brian Noble, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, can I see it again? These are split-second things, and you'd look at them in normal speed.
Yeah, you've got to play it at normal speed
to see if he was committed or he wasn't committed, or but there's an element of that he has passed the ball and Griggs goes onto him. It's still a bit slowed down.
That's late.
Yeah. Not sure they can go back to it though, can they? Because it's a play. There's been a play the ball after it.
One of those get up and get on with it moments.
Ready, tackle 3.
Slowing things down a little. Bailey. There's Jones Buchanan. Burrow up at dummy half. Peacock driving it in, gets the arm free, wants the offload, but too many defenders around him. Sinfield, on the step on the 6th tackle, and then puts the little kick over. Joel Monaghan off the bounce. Passes. And Russell is caught.
Yeah, they've kept him under wraps, haven't they?
They've done really well, Leeds. I was about to make the same sentiments that Russell hasn't had one running clear chance, has he?
Here's Hill. Next score, if there's to be one, is going to be absolutely crucial in this game, isn't it? Leeds score, they're out of sight. Warrington score. They're back in with more than just a sniff. Here's Russell. He's got magic in his feet, but not this time. Monaghan. Bridge. Myler. Oh, and a stretch. Leeds has given it to Briscoe. Briscoe puts the foot down. Evans tries to make the tackle. Is brushed away. And Tom Briscoe is going back to Wembley, surely. He was there last year with the whole side that were beaten. He's going there this year, you'd think, with the Leeds side who hope to break their jinx. There's still time in the game, but Leeds have just opened up a huge margin, psychologically and on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and the clock's with him as well. Loose pass, he swoops on it. I thought he was going to get run down for a second. The fend, he's got a good fend. There's the loose pass. He's on it. I think Rhys Evans does well to get to him. It's a great handoff. And that could be it. Under the post conversion, the 14-point is there again.
That's a great finish from Briscoe and a great handoff. It did need finishing because Rhys Evans did really well to get anywhere close. But you have to say, when you played these semi-finals, can go one way on the pendulum for the bounce of the ball, and Warrington have clearly been the stronger side this second half, the more dominant side, and you just know that a team like Leeds, you give them one sniff and it's all over.
I think the difference being Warrington have had a couple of opportunities and they haven't scored. And Leeds have had 2 opportunities and have scored, and that's been a difference.
He won't miss this. Right in front of the sticks. He'll still take his time with it. He's not going to rush things, doesn't have to. But a kick that will put Leeds 14 points ahead. Warrington have to score 3 times in the 11.5 minutes that remain. Have they got that in them? Or is this going to be Leeds' day?
Well, now that the finish here from Briscoe, he wasn't going to be stopped, was he? They've definitely got it into them. They're going to have to be more expansive. They're going to have to take more risks now. And with that risk, it opens up the possibility of getting another lead score, but they can't leave anything in the tank here.
Well, they've gone short. They've gone for the gamble, but it has not paid off. In that instance, Leeds get possession back again. Leeds fans in good voice at the moment. Warrington fans for the moment silenced, but hoping there's a miracle in the sunshine here at Langtree Park. They've never lost at this ground, Warrington. They have only played here 3 times previously, but it was still a decent record they brought here. Here's Jones Buchanan. Burrow at dummy half. Leeds looking to play it out again here. Burrow running across the line.
5. Okay, Ryan. Hold Warrington. Go.
Sinfield just gesturing to Maguire that he was going to pass to him, which might have taken a little bit of pressure so that he could get the kick away. And what about that? What about that? Absolutely perfect.
Good kick. Great kick.
It's not a 40-20, it was just on the halfway line, but even so, fabulous.
Out of back and half back. And this is where they want to play.
When you've got someone doing that to you, it just rips the heart out of your spirits, doesn't it?
And that's why he's such an important player to the Leeds team. He's a little bit like the old guard, isn't it? You mentioned the 5 before, but I particularly talk about Maguire and Burrow and Sinfield in relation to the running of this team, and they know what to do and when to do it. That game sense, that game planning that they have, and that's literally just like a dagger in the heart if you're Warrington.
Here's Rhys Evans looking to bring it back. The Challenge Cup that brought him into Rugby League, the Cardiff-born Rhys Evans. Played in one of the schools' finals. Challenge Cup final there, and was spotted there and then, and came up north to develop his Rugby League career. But I don't think he's going to Wembley this year. Here's Myler.
Third. Move, Liam. Wait, boys. Go through.
Mickey Hyam. To build down this left-hand side, it's Griggs.
He's worked hard, Callum Watkins today as well, defensively.
Hold. Go 4.
Bridge again. Runs around the back of Harrison.
5. Move.
But no escaping that consistent Leeds push. Maguire was the man who got there then. Here's Myler with the little pass away, and Ratchford with a chip over the top, and it's a reach for Ryan Hall, and he gathers it in, and Leeds will start again on the halfway line here with 9 minutes left to play.
Hands, Joel.
And a very healthy lead.
Hold, boys, hold. Go 1.
Ablett.
2. Move, Stefan. Wait for it, wait for it.
Leeds fans celebrating in the sunshine here.
3rd. Okay, Trent. Wait on 3. Go.
Here's Burrow. Delaney just charging it in, doing a job here.
Move.
Churning up the yards, taking it downfield, keeping that ball safe. Maguire, Sinfield, Hardacre joining in at full back. Here's Callum Watkins gliding as he does, but not able to swerve past those 2 keen Warrington defenders. Last tackle. Burrow thought about the blind side option, but it was closed off quickly. It's gone backwards here. Watkins, there's a little bit of desperation here. Still the 6th tackle. Maguire's looking where he might kick this ball and decides to just hammer it to touch. 1 bounce, out it goes, and that takes the sting out of the whole situation.
That's good play.
Which way's he going to throw it? Which way's he going to throw it?
They know their way. They know their way from here, don't they?
You'd think so. All that experience, all that semi-final experience.
And they're going to get sick of the questions, aren't they, this next couple of weeks? How much is that missing piece in the jigsaw hurting? The fact that they've not won a Challenge Cup final. Red button coming up next. You have your say coming up. BBCRL, hashtag or at BBC Sport. And don't forget tomorrow, another semi-final classic in the air. Widnes against Castleford. Full crowd, sellout crowd tomorrow. It should be a cracker.
Go on. Second. Okay, Brett. Go.
Here's Mickey Hyam. Oh, squiffing. It might be effective. Here's Ratchford. Ratchford away to Joel Monaghan, who's been tracked by Joel Moon. Moon made the tackle. Monaghan gets the ball back on the inside. It was a forward pass. And it will be Leeds to get possession back again here.
Again, you know, the bouncing ball is, you know, always awkward.
I think he threw that backwards.
I thought it went backwards as well, but it's a great tackle. Joel Moon.
And a couple of moments, haven't there, from Peacock and Ablett, when Warrington have made breaks when the game is a little bit closer, that you think, there's a heck of a lot of desire in this team.
I think that's been a difference, you know. Yeah, one of the errors, far too many errors by Warrington, but, you know, the opportunities and the try-saving tackles, as I said earlier, Leeds have taken their opportunities.
One. Move. Hold, boys. Go on, one.
Hardacre.
Second. Okay, Chris. Wait. Hold two.
Watkins.
Three. Okay,
Wembley is the chant from the Leeds fans. Burrow, Peacock, back on, wants to be involved at this stage of the game.
Four. Move. Hold, boys, hold. Go for.
Here's Burrow. Sinfield again and again, just playing out the time, playing out the clock, looking for touch, not finding it this time. The attack back on the 20. Leeds fans desperately claiming that he got a touch on that, but...
Well, he did, but they got the rules wrong. His feet were out, so still a 20-metre restart.
Mick, middle.
Mickey High with the tap restart. 6 minutes to play. Leeds 24, Warrington 10. There is still time. There is still time. We've seen miracles greater than this.
Move.
It would be an amazing comeback, Dave.
It would be the story of the year. Sorry, the story of the weekend anyway. Oh, here's Russell dancing inside. Couple of defenders trying to get a hold of him. He's still going here, Matty Russell. Good little run from him. We've not seen a lot of him doing that today. It's the kind of stuff he's very capable of. And Mickey Hyam goes racing out from dummy half. Here's Joel Monaghan. England with a pass to Myler. Myler's inside ball. Hill, this is terrific from Warrington. Westwood, now Ratchford. It's the dive to
Plenty
take
of
the
tacklers
catch.
left, or plenty of tacklers left.
Westwood. England getting the arm free. Lost the ball, and Benny Westwood is allowed to play on and touches down. Well, we're going to have to go to the video referee. You'd have to say offside, but if the Leeds player has pulled it backwards, then this might be a try. Let's hear from our video referee, Ben Thaler.
Looking at it here is to make sure that the ball is originally passed back or offloaded going backwards off Warrington, and then it appears that the Leeds man knocks the ball down. Westwood is okay being in that position because it obviously comes off Leeds. So if I can have a close in that view on that, please. So we're looking to see, once the ball, does it go back from Warrington? Yes, it does. On that, it's then knocked down by the Leeds player, and Westwood grounds the ball. Just going off the grounding.
Wait till I get there, I'll run there. Wait till I get there before we kick it. I'll run there.
Just checking the grounding, put the ball down then. Tap, try. Back on.
Well, here we go. There's the explanation. And here's the confirmation. Warrington have a try. 5 minutes left to play. You'd suggest too little too late.
Okay.
But who knows? And full marks to Benny Westwood for keeping his wits about him there. Kicks over. So 24-16. Wow.
Are you going to say it? Am I going to say it? Remember the goal kick? Start.
That early penalty from Kevin Sinfield after 2 minutes. Looks as though it's going to be worth its weight in gold here.
I'll tell you what, if they score in this next set...
We've written Warrington off at our peril. Or I'll take full responsibility for that. I've written off Warrington at our peril. They still have a glimmer of a hope here.
And they have the game.
One. Okay, Jamie.
2 tries to win it.
Go, that's okay.
4.5 minutes to play. Here's Westwood. He's lost it. Penalty though. Stolen. That takes them another
field position now. They'll have field position attack.
Time off. Let's release the ball. It's over at Mickey.
Sutcliffe, I think it was, who was grasping at that. Bridge wants to get on with it. He's not the best of kicks, but it's found touch anyway. So Warrington start with 6 tackles and they've got about 48 yards to cover. Here comes England.
First, release Jamie. Hold. Go 1.
Hyam away from dummy half. Bridge again, tackled by Sutcliffe. Strong effort in the middle from the Leeds youngster.
Easton Welsh is coming on Sutcliffe.
Monaghan goes over the top. Here comes Ratchford. Ratchford still going. Pass Moon. 20 metres out. Warrington flooding forward. Michael Monaghan with a kick for Myler to chase. Hardacre needs to clear it up and does. But it's a drop out underneath the sticks. So Warrington get the ball back again.
Yeah, it's a clock that's against them now.
Leeds will take every second here.
He had it covered, Hardacre, and he's very good positional play from the Leeds full back.
Referee stopped the clock.
Onside, boys.
3 minutes and 10 seconds. Ample time. Ample time. There's the kick downfield. Oh, it's gone beyond England. That was a monster of a kick, wasn't it? Just what Leeds needed at that moment.
First, move Ryan. Oh, pal. Go 1.
Suddenly a little more nervous than they might have been a couple of minutes ago. This is Waterhouse, who's left the ball behind, and Watkins picks it up.
0.
And that's it.
Move. It's go 0.
Hardacre carrying it forward. 2.5 minutes to go. It'll be another 30 seconds at least before Warrington get their hands on the ball again. There's Joel Moon. Briscoe, Tom Briscoe.
Ryan. Goal 2.
Peacock. Stoutly forward again.
3rd. Release Trent. Way, boys.
Burrow. Sutcliffe. Carrying it in.
4.
Wrestle to the ground. 2 tackles to go.
Way, boys. Goal 4.
Peacock again. Put the ball in his hands, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't stick, and Warrington will get it back a little earlier than they expected. But there's still only a couple of minutes to go, and a long way to cover here. Here's Westwood. Westwood pushing off Burrow. He's tackled. Burrow hang on. Too long. Penalty for Warrington. Westwood wants to boot it out. The referee stopped the clock and says, let's take that penalty from where it goes. So, man of the match, Jonathan Davis.
Well, only one really for me. Absolute standout player. And my Tetley's Challenge Cup man of the match has got to be that man, Jamie Peacock. Absolutely immense today.
Warrington still hoping. But hope is beginning to disappear.
I think it's the clock that beats them in the end.
Yep.
The sand is just dribbling away, but they keep fighting on. Mickey Hyam, Michael Monaghan spinning it out. Free play here. On to Russell. Russell with a step. 0 tackle, so 6 from here, but they have to score twice, remember. And there's only just over a minute to go.
Back up. Go.
Hyam again. Myler putting the kick towards the corner. Hardacre can't keep it in. Ryan Hall will put it out of play. And surely that is it, because it'll be at least 30 seconds before the clock is stopped. And there will simply be no time left now for Warrington in this game.
No, that's it. They won't score twice. Stop. Clock is stopped. Tremendous second half effort by Warrington. But giving a quality side a 14 start, you know, it's a very, very big ask. Too many errors in the first half. And Leeds are taking every opportunity. And this man will take the Leeds Rhinos to Wembley.
Take all the time in the world here.
on, boys.
Kevin Sinfield with a dropout. Leeds have to make 2 or 3 more tackles here to put this game to bed. Warrington are still battling on, but they ain't going to score 2 tries in what remains of this game. 28 seconds to go. Bridge with a kick to the corner. Up goes Briscoe, collects it superbly well.
Great take, fantastic take.
His try proved crucial.
Just gave him a little bit of breathing space, didn't it? Momentum was with Warrington. Always too far ahead on the scoreboard though.
Here comes the countdown. There goes the hit up. It's Leeds who are through. The 21st century has seen them dominate the Challenge Cup in terms of getting to the final. They've done it for the 7th time in 15 years. Is this going to be the year they finally win it? Tony Smith, the Warrington coach, with a hug of congratulation for his opposite number. They know there's 2 quality teams who've been in a fine battle today.
Yeah, it's been a great game, and you know, whether it's Widnes or Castleford in the final, Leeds will go there, you know, as favourites.
Jamie Peacock, our man of the match today. He'll be with us tomorrow for that second semi-final between Castleford and Widnes. But so many big performances there. So many big performances this afternoon. Warrington simply running out of time, and that first half cost them dear, didn't it?
Yeah, you know, it was a very poor performance by them in the first half, and I think that's what, you know, was the difference. Far too many errors. But then in the second half, they did create the opportunities to get back into the game, but some great defence by the Leeds players. And then when Leeds had the opportunities, they scored their tries. Big difference. That was the difference.
Leeds the winners by 24 points to 16, and here's the winning coach, Brian McDermott.
Brian, congratulations. How big a performance was that from your team?
First half huge. I thought we were very, very good in the first half. Pay respect to Warrington. It was never going to be like that in the second half, and they chanced their arm a bit, and it came off for them to a degree. And then we had to just dig in and hold in, and that, you know, we talk about it most years, but that probably was a classic Challenge Cup tie. That it's yeah, big game, and obviously what it means to everybody, the fans. A lot of the fans were brilliant today. They never shut up all the way through, and it gives the people a lift. It gives the players a big lift. So immensely proud and privileged we were at Wembley again.
Just put into some kind of picture for us what it means to get to Wembley. It's done. You've won a semi-final. You have that Wembley week.
You've got to get
that
there
day.
first. You've got to get there first, and you know, along the way we've had to come over some very, very challenging teams to get there. So just to be at Wembley, it's something we're going to enjoy. We spoke about it beforehand. To get there is to be honoured. Not many people get to do that. Now we've got to do the job while we're there, but that ain't going to be easy either.
A quick word on this bloke, what he did for you today.
When he retires, whenever he decides to retire, I'll be scared, because what he does for us, not just the carries and tackles he makes, but he has a presence about him, which that word gets used quite often, but it's an understatement with this fella.
Go and enjoy it, Brian. Thank you very much. Jamie Peacock, well done on a man of match performance. That looked quite brutal.
Yeah, it was a very tough game. Warrington are a quality side. They've got pedigree in this cup, especially over ourselves. I just thought our start was exceptional. I thought we trained as well as we have all season this week, and there was a real focus to start well, and we did that. Kept hold of the ball, and just that start got us the game.
When do you start thinking about Wembley?
Now, the last 5 seconds. Yeah, like Wembley's on the back of your mind, you realise you're not going to get. I've not got many chances to get the team out, so it's fantastic we're there now. We've got London next week, and then we build towards a big game at Wembley.
Tony Smith, we're just going to have a word with in just a moment, the Warrington coach. Just a final one from you. What do Leeds have to do differently to end this run of 6 successive Wembley defeats?
Just go out there and win. That's simple.
Simple as that, Jamie, well done. Here's the Warrington Wolves coach, Tony Smith, who used to work with Jamie Peacock, of course, as well. Tony, that was a fantastic start to the second half from you, but you left yourself a bit too much to do.
Yeah, way too much. We didn't control that first half at all. I thought we had to do too much defence in that early passage, and we tried to front up to that, but it takes a lot of petrol out of your tank, and you know, we didn't deserve it overall. Had we have been able to play like we played the second half in the first half, we might have troubled them, but you give 14 points to a class team like the Rhinos. takes a lot of rallying around, a lot of points to score, and we weren't quite up to that. But to the credit of my boys, we gave it a shot there in the second half, and I don't think it was a bad advert for our sport, the way it was played in the second half, and just a shame we didn't probably put our best foot forward in the first half.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
Well, it was fairly breathless at times, that wasn't it, Dennis? What's your overall view of the game?
I think Tony sums it up. Leeds played better than Warrington. I think the start of the game was really crucial because of the amount of energy Warrington had to expand to stay in the game. Late in the half, Leeds scored the points that give them that buffer. They came out in the second half, and yet Warrington had a goal. They knew they had to play a little better. The completion rate still wasn't fantastic, but they started to centre around. They completed a little bit better, led from better territory and scored some points. But I always felt that Leeds were the better team on the day. There's no qualms from Tony Smith. He knows that they were second best today, and I think overall it was just that defensively Leeds were just outstanding.
Was the key that Tom Briscoe tried? Do you think that was where Leeds put it to bed?
Yeah, possibly, but I think the damage was done early doors, and as Tony was talking about it before, but the Briscoe try was fantastic. Rob Burrows has to make a decision here. Who does he go for? He actually goes to the right man. The ball, the pass is not brilliant. Grixie can't do much about it. Rob Burrows in the way, forces that little drop, but then Briscoe does all the rest, and he speeds off there. He's got his head down, but he does a massive fundamental part of the game there. Big play that not many people will recognise, but on the way back, as he's coming towards the line, he has a little look and he transfers the ball over, uses that then to fend. It's his unnatural arm, puts it back to finish the try off, and that is a great piece of skill in itself.
Brian, early in the season, Leeds were so mean in defence, and we saw aspects of that again, didn't we, today? That real mean defence.
And they had to score at the right times. Let's forget they've scored 24 points today to beat a very good team. And I pick up on what Tony said there about the first half and how disappointed they will be with that. What happens is it builds pressure on you as an offensive team as Warrington in the second half. So they could have to play the whole of the second half with perhaps not having to concede anything to get back into this game with Leeds. So the pressure that builds led to that try from Briscoe, because they're trying to play expansive all the time. I thought Warrington were terrific in the second half. Leeds deserved the game, absolutely.
Well, we will talk much more about this game and look back on the key bits of action on the Red Button Forum. But do not forget, we have got the other game, Widnes versus Castleford, tomorrow, 2:30 on BBC Two. But for now, Leeds have booked their place at Wembley in the Challenge Cup final. Who will be joining them? We will find out tomorrow.
The wait is finally over. Final Scores got the results for the first weekend of the Football League season. Next. See live coverage of Ride London across the BBC this weekend from 5 p.m. over on BBC Two. You can see Laura Trott and Lizzie Armistead in the women's race, while Sir Bradley Wiggins headlines the main event tomorrow from 2 here on BBC One.
Celebrities compete in the greatest show off earth. Tumble starts tonight at 6:30 on BBC One.
So, Tumble lands tonight. Brand new to BBC One. 10 celebrities try the art of acrobatics at 6:30. Right now, they're kicking off the football season with the return of Final Score and Jason Mohammed.
He was one of the heroes of the afternoon. The latest score is Wimbledon.
That's a relegation move, and they need to improve on that.
Crucial week.
Hello
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to the new football season. It's been just 26 days since the World Cup final in Brazil. It's time to sort out your withdrawal symptoms. This is Final Score. A very good afternoon to you. Between now and the end of May, we'll bring you all the goals, the incidents and the latest news from across the Premier League, the Championship, Leagues 1 and 2 and the Scottish Premiership. This is the fastest place to get your Saturday afternoon football fix, whether you're watching us at home on your phone or your tablet. Every Saturday we'll have two experts in the studio watching all the games as they happen, bringing us their views and their analysis. Kevin Kilban and Owen Coyle have completed their pre-season training. Look at them.